for 6 months. Need capital to grow your business or cover unexpected expenses? Rock Financial has your back. Whether you're looking for a flexible line of credit, a fast cash advance, or tailored working capital solutions, Rock Financial makes it simple to get funded, often in as little as 24 hours. No hidden fees, an easy application, and real support from people who know the business. Ready to take your hustle to the next level? Tap the link in the description to get started with Rock Financial today. Wish insurance was this easy? With LogRock, it's like magic. Real coverage appears when you need it. No tricks. Get covered now. Click the link in the description.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sweet.
What's up? Come on in, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. If you are in need of commercial insurance for your semi-truck, cargo van, box truck business, there's a link in the description below for LogRock. LogRock, official sponsor of the channel, up for renewal, looking for a cheaper commercial insurance solution this next go around. Make sure you click that link in the description below for LogRock. Come on in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Let's get it going. Hope everybody had a good Christmas yesterday. Hope everybody got everything they wanted. Hope they are grateful for waking up and just being in the land of the Lord. Come on in. Shout out to 5-star. 5-star says, warning, this live might trigger some people. Yeah, I'm definitely going to give a trigger warning before we get started. I definitely going to do it. Shout out to V-Style. Shout out to Slick Turbo. I see the women are in the building. Shout out to Sage. Shout out to Thomas Fowler, representing Huntsville. Shout out to Larry K. Larry K says, Mark, we need more stories. Okay, we'll give you some stories. Oh, we got a new woman, new lady in the cargo business here. This is Evie Horta. Welcome to the channel. Ashley Automore says, hope you and your family had a great Christmas, Mark. Yeah, we did. Thank you. Hope you and your family had a Merry Christmas as well. 608 says, Mr. Poinsettia. Yes. Every Christmas I decorate the house with poinsettias. I meant to put some on this, as far as on the studio set earlier. I actually bought poinsettias. Black Friday, I bought a bunch, but I never put none in here until the week of. So, because I wanted them to just be fresh. You know, these things, I don't know. There's no light, so they kind of die. So I wanted them to be fresh for the week. So I bought 4 poinsettias for the studio this week because I wanted them to be fresh, because I knew I probably was going to be lazy with watering them, because I've been lazy with watering the rest of the ones throughout the house. Shout out to Box Truck Tone. The women here today. What up, Mark? I've just started my business off by delivering for Lowe's. Uh-oh. Here we go. It's about to get ugly in here. And a bit of Best Buy for 3 years, and I actually enjoyed doing it, but had to transition because nobody wanted to work. Hey, Box Truck Tone, is that? No. Can't tell. Oh yeah, Tone. Yeah, we got you. Okay. All right, come on in, ladies. Come on in. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Going into the new year. All right. So this week we've just been chilling on the channel. Christmas is over with. So it's not, we got to get back to work. We got to get back to the show. We got to get back to the real topics, the real education, the real lectures, the real accountability, the real truths. You dig? Christmas is over with. So we done with the spirit, the good spirit shit. So it's back to the real. Now, trigger warning. My channel is known for being real. You get the truth over here, whether you like it or you don't like it. And today gonna be one of them days. I wasn't planning on going in this direction, but somebody was watching some older content yesterday and early in the morning on Christmas, and they slid into the comment section. On Christmas morning, this is a comment I woke up to on Christmas morning. After a good Christmas Eve night, I woke up to this. And let me tell you something before we get started. If you can't handle the truth, then you probably should leave. Women, I know y'all are emotional creatures by nature, but you're not off limits to this accountability. You ain't off limits. See, it's funny when I be jaying down on the guys holding them accountable. Y'all just be cheering. You tell them, Mark. That's what I'm talking about. You let them know. Sorry, sack of excuse for a man. And y'all be all in the comments, all in the chat. Today is your turn. Because a lot of women, I think, is in la la land too. Y'all ain't exempt from the accountability, and a lot of y'all is in la la land. And I'm gonna take it even further with you. You know, Mark been doing this going almost 4 years, this content, and y'all know me. I collect data. I see trends. I see patterns. Just like I see a pattern with the whole, man, Mark, I want to start a box truck business, and my wife don't work. She at home. She gonna do the dispatch. How we see that trend, I see a trend with this too. I see a trend with women that want to do final mile and moving. They all got men. They all got a husband. And y'all men that allow y'all woman to lead you into believing that they can come out here and actually do this work. They just let me know something about you. Ain't no way in the world. And I'm speaking from years of experience doing this. There's no way in the world, regardless of the situation we may be in at the time, that a woman of mine is going to come to me and sell me on the idea of some labor-intensive, labor-taxing work like final mile delivery. One, I wouldn't be comfortable doing it with them. Two, me as a man wanting a woman that to be feminine and remain feminine, I'm not going to allow her to go out and do this taxing work. And I'm speaking from a person who's done this, whose body has endured this. So we're going to look at it from all around the spectrum. Because I think a lot of men, when y'all women come sell y'all this and you come in my comments and say, my husband, I think your husband a sucker. See, Big Mark gonna always keep it a buck with you. I think he a sucker for letting you, for even going along with it. And we got case studies, Caduce. We got people that have come to the channel and fuck what Mark talking about, went out and did it, and they done had to come back with their tail tucked, Caduce. I still crack on Caduce in the Discord. I don't know what, I say, Caduce, what made you think you and your wife could do final mile delivery? Like, why would you do this? He still can't give me the answer. I know why he can't give me the answer, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Because his wife came to him with the idea, and just like Eddie Murphy and Walt, you know what he said? Okay, sure, okay. Then you had to get out there and learn the hard way. So trigger warning. Mark ain't the individual in this new society that's just gonna just ride with you because everybody else riding with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck, whether you like it or you don't like it. All right? As long as you can handle the truth, we can get started. We're gonna go through this whole process. I got some bullet points, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I know this ain't gonna be a popular topic, and it's the day after Christmas. I'm not really expecting a lot of bigger audience, and a lot of times men ain't really concerned with topics like this. The truth is gonna be the truth. We gonna respect it. But what I need women to understand, just like in the streets, it's a term you gonna respect the shooter. In this, you gonna respect that refrigerator. You gonna respect that washer. You gonna respect that dryer. You gonna respect that armoire. You know why? Because it demands respect. I don't care about what you feel and what you think and, oh, I can do it and, I can do anything a man can do. Man, that refrigerator going to demand this respect. This ain't about motivation. This is about physics. This ain't about who wanted the most. We want it. We can do it. No. It's about what the workload demands on the human body every single day. People that watch my channel, you've heard me say this a million times. When I first started doing content, people who've been watching for 3 years, remember those? Soon as I came in, they was at Big Mark. They was at my neck. Amazon was popping during the pandemic. OTR was popping. I'm talking about Final Mile. Y'all remember? We ain't trying to bring up old mess, but this is just a testament. People was like, man, you talking about that Final Mile. Ain't nobody want to carry refrigerators on their back at all. Y'all remember that for the ones that's been around all the time? And what have Big Mark always say? Yo, I sacrificed my body the first 3 years. I sacrificed my body the last 3 years, right? If anybody's been following the channel, I had to come back out in the field during the pandemic. You already know why. If you don't follow the channel and you're smart, you can already know people just weren't working. Big Mark had to, after not being in the field for 7 years, had to come back out in the field during the pandemic because the shortage of employees, people weren't working. All right. And you've always heard me say, yo, I've had to sacrifice my body. Sometimes you may have to get something the size of a watermelon through an opening the size of a lemon. Some things you may have to overextend your reach and your shoulders. Your shoulder muscles aren't designed and built for a certain amount of weight to be, I'm distributing it with my shoulders, maybe trying to extend it, and I'm not being able to plant myself and use my core because I may have to maneuver something up and around. You guys know that I blew my shoulder out. You guys know that I talk about my right knee. I talk about my right hip. And we're going to go through the anatomy of when you're doing this work continuously every single day, especially when you're really doing it, when you're really out here doing it, when you have plenty of opportunity and you're at a point where you're charging premium. So regardless of how your body feel, you not leaving nothing on the table. You've heard me say, yo, I'm gonna sacrifice my body for $300-400 an hour. I'm gonna sacrifice my body for $200-300 an hour. I'm gonna do some shit that technically the body is not designed to do. So to the women that watch that, they watch a few videos and they think they can get a shoulder dolly, some shoulder straps, and it's just like that because this is how the commercial, in the shoulder dolly commercial, you see the little woman with the guy in the garage with the little wash machine, and then she puts the strap on, and then she tightens it, and then she stands up. That's all they do. That's it. That's the whole selling point. You don't see that woman trying to ascend a flight of stairs. You don't see her trying to descend a flight of stairs with it. You just see her put the strap on, squat with the guy, and stand up. That's it. That's not the hard part. The hard part is maneuvering it. The hard part is that wash machine is not the only thing that you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal with some shit that's 350 pounds. A top and bottom, 250 to 350. A French door, 350 to 400. Or 250 to 400. A commercial Sub-Zero, 450 and up. Plus, a Sub-Zero is top heavy. Well, Mark, what do you mean top heavy? The mechanics of the refrigerator, the motor and stuff is not at the bottom. It's at the top. Well, Mark, what does that mean? What's the difference? It's a big difference when all the weight is at the top of the refrigerator versus the bottom. It's a big difference. Now, I'm not going to be the person to tell you you can't, because when I tell you you can't, you don't believe me. And we've had people that have went against what I've said, and they've gone out here and they've had to learn the hard way. They've had to come back, and then when they come back, I'm going to make fun of you. I still make fun of Caduce. I'm not going to stop making fun of him. Why? Because as a man, he should have known better. Even if he's never done it, his research would lead him, and we're going to pull up some videos, and if you do your research and you look and you pay attention, you should know, no. So we're not going to tell you what you can't do. We're going to let you go out and do it, but we just going to tell you what it is. And this can be a warning for both men and women. It's not sweet. I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care about the shit that you won't see on the internet that people just sell you, oh, you should get some shoulder dolly. It's not like that. When you get out here and you chasing that money, you're going to be in situations. Every style home is different. Every order is different. If you're doing household, everybody has different furnitures. Some might be IKEA, some may be restoration hardware. If it's IKEA, yeah, it's going to be light. If it's restoration hardware, it's going to be heavy. If it's our house, it's going to be extremely heavy. Why? Because you're talking about a $10,000 dresser versus a $150 dresser. What do you think a $7,000, $8,000 dresser is made of? Real wood. You're going to have some customers, if you do decide to do household goods moving, that are going to be ornery. They're going to pack up everything, but they're going to say, you know, we're going to save on some boxes. We're going to leave everything in the dressers. We're going to leave everything in the chest. We ain't going to pack it. We ain't going to take the clothes out. And then they expect you to move the shit with the dresser still loaded. In some cases, you have to. So now a 150-pound dresser is now 250 pounds. Or 300 pounds. Armoires. People have these huge armoires that live in bi-level homes, and you got to come down a tight stairwell. Might be a stairwell that winds. But now you got this 6 foot, 7 foot armoire. 350, maybe 400 pounds solid wood. And you have to maneuver it. And once you start to descend the stairs, it ain't no stopping. You can't be like, hold on, I got to catch myself. Why? Because there's a guy under you. There's a guy under you. And if you stop or if you can't handle it and you let that thing go because you're giving out, there goes the armoire and there goes the guy. The whole trip that armoire is falling, it's banging against the wall, it's banging against the stair, it's digging into the stairs all the way down. So now you got property damage. You're going to have floor damage. The armoire is going to be damaged. And hopefully the guy at the bottom survives the thing coming down on top of him. Because that thing is coming, as it's coming down, it's speeding up. Unless it's being slowed down from doing that. And if he's got a strap on, he's falling backwards. So if you're a woman and you're at the top and you can't handle it, you're going to damn near kill this guy. And if you're a woman at the bottom, you got all the weight. He's just got it sitting on the strap. And a lot of times the guys that have the strap on the top, and I know you're coming down, now you got to get the waddle. You might keep a hand there, and then you might put a hand here to brace yourself up against the wall. So if you're a woman at the bottom, you got all the weight. Well, it's sitting on the strap. Yeah, so you got all that weight on your shoulder. You planting yourself into the ground with your core. So that means your core, your hips, your hip abductors, adductors, your knees, your shoulders. You got to keep your back straight, your lower back arched towards, and you pushing like that. But if that person let it go, you think you can handle 350, 450 pounds? Let me pull up the comment that got this shit started. And then we'll go into the topic. They calling me gorgeous. Christmas morning. I was watching these videos, getting advice up until this one, and me hearing you say a woman can't do this. I'm a woman starting this business with my husband. What I told you about you husbands. You okay. Husbands that listen to your wife, and as a man, you let a woman come and tell you that y'all can do this. You and we gonna work as a team, baby. We gonna work as a team. We gonna get these appliances and we gonna carry these refrigerators. Me and my husband. It's my idea. My capital M-Y. My idea. It's always the woman. It was Caduceus' wife's idea. It was the guy who called up on the show a year and a half ago. That one Saturday, he had the blue shirt on. I can't forget the live stream of the video, and he was just he was scared to go tell his wife. He didn't want to tell you. You come talking to me. What you talking to me for? You need to go talk to your wife, and you need to look at yourself in the mirror for believing you could do this shit with her. Goofy? You's a goofy. Where my goofy buddy?
Goofy as hell.
It's always the wife idea. My idea. Yeah, I can't take advice from someone who believes because I'm a woman, I can't do it. You can't. Big Mark hit her with the reply Christmas morning. A woman can't do moving and final mile delivery. I'm standing on it. The day I see a woman carry a refrigerator or a washer and dryer up 3 flights of stairs, I'll change my mind. I have not seen it yet. Haven't seen it yet. A woman can be an OTR driver, not a mover nor a final mile delivery. Clearly, you were not listening. Show me a woman that can deliver appliances daily, all day, and I'll switch my stance. I haven't seen it. I've scoured the internet to see it. Haven't seen it on the internet. Haven't seen it. You know why? It's not something that a woman can do consistently. Have women tried to do it? Absolutely. And they don't last long. Everybody that's done it, they couldn't last. They may get an easy stop during training week, and then they get hit with it. Listen. You're gonna get hit with the shit, bro. Fuck what you heard. You're gonna get hit with some shit. You think you just gonna deal with a ranch home every single day? You're gonna do 12, 13 stops of ranch homes with a patio door on the side? You just, every stop gonna be a ranch. Not a raised ranch, just a regular ranch. Flat, no stairs. And you got a patio door on the side. You can slide the patio door and it's just gonna be wide as all outdoors. You just going, every job is just gonna be that sweet. You think that. Listen, they calling me gorgeous. Just because you a little red bone, that don't mean nothing to Big Mark. Big Mark gonna tell you the truth. My idea. So, I don't care the fact that you capitalize woman and capitalize my. That just let me know what's going on in that household. Let me tell you something. My chick come to me, look, Mark, you got some trucks sitting. I don't want to work. Because this all stems back to what we've been talking about. This whole I don't want to work and everybody looking for some type of business to do. because they don't want to work, and then they looking for somewhere there's a low barrier to entry. You know, she probably looking at the OTR box truck thing and realize, nah, we ain't going over the road. We need to stay home because I ain't finna be over the road. Then you stumble across Big Mark. You hear about final mile move. Okay, this local. Okay, it's lifting. He said some lifting, but that's okay. That's okay. We going. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. We can do this. They got them straps. They got dollies. They got things that is gonna distribute the weight so I don't have to carry. It's not that bad. I go to the gym. I can do it. Then you watching Mark, and then you see one of them videos just in conversation. I say, no, a woman can't do this. Or you see a woman call up or in the comment section, and then I have to read them their rights. And then your whole stance on how you look at Mark changes. Because I told you the truth. I wouldn't listen. Let me kick it to you from the man's side. And I told you I was going to derail. I ain't even hit none of my bullet points yet. As a man, if my woman came to me with this idea, why the fuck would I want my woman to go through that type of agony every day? I want her to remain feminine. Why the fuck would I want her to come home beat the fuck up and bruised up? Like, what man allows their woman to come tell him this idea? Like, you gonna get beat the fuck up. Why would I want my woman to come home with her knuckles bruised every day from trying to squeeze a big ass refrigerator or a couch, angling that bitch through a doorway? You know how many times I done fucking bang my knuckles and scrape my hand going through a doorway? Why would you want your woman to be beat the fuck up and bruised the fuck up? You know how many times I done bang my knee, bruise my shin? You carrying some shit, the dresser hit you on your shin. Mistakes happen. You communicating with your partner, whoever you carrying with, but sometimes things happen. It may shift. They may miss a step. You may miss a step. I've fallen off the back of the truck 3 or 4 times throughout my journey. Just misplacing footing. You at the edge of the truck, you packing, and you just step off. It's happened to me 3 or 4 times throughout the years. I had a guy go through some stairs. They were removing some radiators, and with the weight of the guys on the stairs and the weight of the radiator, he went through the stair. Why would you want your woman to do some shit like that? Why you want her to come home beat the fuck up? What type of nigga is you? Then how you expect her to give you any loving at the end of the day? She ain't gonna have it in her. Your relationship is just gonna be a partner, a work partnership. At that point, you ain't getting nothing. She gonna be beat the fuck up. She gonna be bruised the fuck up. She gonna be tired the fuck up. Nigga, you ain't getting shit. I want my woman to look good. I want her skin to be smooth. I don't want to see no bruises, no nails fucked up from all this touching shit. I don't want her to be sore. I don't want the fact of her blowing anything out. I want her to remain in her femininity. Man, go on somewhere coming to me with these silly ass ideas. Get out of here. You coming to me with these silly ass ideas. You know you can't do this shit. The hell wrong with you? Let's talk about the workload. I'm going to get you together, Miss. They calling me gorgeous. Don't worry about it. Average appliance. We ain't talking about household. Let's just stick with the final amount. Average appliance, 300 to 450 pounds. Repeated stair climbing consistently. Market dependent, how many stops you're going to get, how difficult the obstacles are going to be on these stops, market dependent, right? Repeated stair climbing under load. We mean just not climbing the stair. This ain't the Stairmaster when you go to the gym. Imagine going up the Stairmaster with a refrigerator or a washer or a sleeper sofa or an armoire or a dresser or chest. Your awkward angles goes back to what I talked about earlier. And I'm gonna show some videos of, and we're gonna walk through awkward angles. Anybody that's done this, you're dealing with stairs. You know what an awkward angle is. Even if you got the strap, you get to that first landing, say you got to go up 2 or 3 flights. It's not a straight shot. You got some straight shots, but if you're going to a second floor or a third floor that's a straight shot, that means you're dealing with steep stairs. Steep stairs are difficult. The higher you're up, the more that shit tilts back. Let's say you're dealing with landings. Third floor, you go up the first 10 stairs, you get a landing, you got to make a turn. If it's in a city like Chicago, New York, let's say for like a 2 flat or 3 flat, that turn is going to be tight. So let's deal with a couch. Let's not deal with something that's difficult as a refrigerator. First thing you know is that if you're experienced, the opening side is going to be the side that rides along the stairwell. So when you make the turn, this is your opening. So you don't want to have the back of the couch on this side. You want the side where you would sit your butt down and your back. That's the opening side because you need that space. When you get to that landing, the person on the top ain't no sitting it down. The wall is literally here. You got a long ass couch. So you got to go straight up. Ain't no time to sit it down. So now you got it right here. You can't drop the bitch and go up no, from here, you got to go here, which means you got to have this. You got to have chest, pecs, muscles here, because you got to go up and then you got to turn if you got some room, or you got to go straight up while you pressed up against the wall so that the person on the bottom can come and set it down, and then you can turn it. Or like a situation like I had, this guy ordered a Caesar. The guy Caesar, it was a statue. It was made of concrete, it was carved. I remember it was during the pandemic. He got it delivered. It was a curbside delivery because it came via a freight truck. I think it was 26-footer with lift gate. I don't know how it came, but it was a curbside because it was in a crate and they dropped it in his garage. He hired my company to come move it in the home, up the flight of stairs, and set it on the actual base, right? So it's a head of Caesar that cement. It was like 350 pounds, just the head. Now, mind you, it's just a head. So this is how awkward it is. Because it's just a head that weighed that much. Well, it can't be too bad with 2 guys carrying it. Yeah, it is bad because it's 2 guys on something that we don't have length. So we're lifting this heavy thing up and we're damn near right here in front of each other, which makes it hard to maneuver because we can't. It's like we're like this. It's that heavy. And it's not long. It's short. So now when we're going up the stairs, it's difficult. But here's the hard part. It's on a mantle. There's a rod in the head, right? Because the rod goes down into the base. This is what makes the head just sit up without tipping over. But it's on a mantle. Not a mantle that we need a ladder for. It's not that tall. But we have to extend our reach up high enough because the rod is long and we can set it down into the base so that the head can be upright and won't tip. That's where the problem came in. Because we got 450 pounds that's not long enough where we can lift it. All right, get it here. All right, you ready? All right, we're going straight up. Boom, boom. Because it's not long, because it's small, we got to both kind of, So now we got 350, 400 pounds just all shoulder. We're not using chest. We can't do nothing. That was the hard part. It was difficult. I believe that was probably the beginning of where I actually tore his shoulder. And it just got worse from there. I believe that's where it happened. And just throughout just the constant workload that was happening during that time of the pandemic, and me just not getting the chance to rest, just got worse and worse and worse until I hit that armoire that day. That was it. My shoulder said, no, this is enough. I don't see a woman being able to do it, nor why would I even, if it was my woman, why would I want her to do that? You don't know what you're getting into until you get into it. I would have never expected something that small not to be that heavy, but to be that difficult, right? Because I don't order. These people are rich. They spend $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 on a head. And, I don't have art pieces like that to understand the rod and all this shit. I wouldn't have never expected that. Because I had never done anything like that to that point. So me doing it and understanding it, why would I want my wife to do that shit? I wouldn't. Drops. Pinch points. Finger pinch points. Nerve pinch points. There's a pinched nerve. Been through therapy twice. Tight doorways. More bruises when you're dealing with tight doorways. You're going to have to sacrifice your body. If I got a couch and we got to angle a couch through, it's just not coming, we got to turn it here, boom. A lot of times, if you're doing this consistent, your fingers is going to get scraped. They're going to get cut. You're going to bang them. Tight hallways. Time pressure is stress. Men and women's emotions are different. Household goods moving and final miles are very stressful. I've had to mediate disagreements. When you got those days where it's 90, 95 degrees and you got men and you got testosterone and it's just one of those jobs where it's difficult, the customer's difficult, whether they may have purchased something that's just, it can get done, but like you doing too much. You got a 1-bedroom, you got a studio. Like, why you need this big ass mansion shit in here? We can get it in, but you live on the second, third floor. This is mansion shit. Like, what are we talking about here? All right. This is a studio. You need to be goddammit at Bob's or IKEA somewhere. Like, why you want this dumbass shit in here? Okay, but still you got to do it. And if it's obstacles, you got to get through it. So you're dealing with that. You got guys who have made different techniques, or it's just been a long day. Let's say maybe the day started out difficult. Their first few stops were difficult and they were obstacles. So now they're frustrated, and that frustration may carry them through the rest of the day. And you know that when people are frustrated, that's when mistakes happen. But these are men. This is testosterone, and they're not taking it out with the customer. They're dealing with it in-house, which I'm cool with. Women ain't gonna be like that. They're gonna start crying and just get emotional, and this is a very stressful, taxing, labor-intensive job. And if you know you're an emotional creature by nature, long days, no breaks. If you're doing final mile, you're on a time crunch. You get caught up in one obstacle that pushes you behind where you ain't no breaks. You don't stop to eat lunch. We keep going. Moving, same thing. Customer paying by the hour. Ain't no breaks. We keep going. Shirt sweaty. Listen, women, it's been days where this shirt is drenched sweat. You take it off, you wring it out, you can fill up a bucket. Why would I want my woman to be sweaty and musty and funky and sweaty and shit? Like, what are we talking about, bro? This is why when people type this shit to me, bro, I swear for God, I'm not one of these new niggas, bro. I'm an older nigga. I come from a different generation. Like, this shit don't make me, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read you, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't blame you. I blame your husband for letting you believe this shit. I'm looking at him like, dude, you want your woman to be out here fucking tearing her muscles and banging herself up? Sweaty and just sweaty and shit? That's some shit that should attract a woman to a man, not the other way around. Nigga, I been out here, nigga, drenched, everything, drawers, fucking shorts, pants, shirt. Man, I remember one year during the pandemic, man, I was listen, we was working so hard during the pandemic. Man, I was sweating so much. Man, I remember one time I went to get my locks done. Man, I was sweating. She was like, man, what's going on? I'm like, man, I had to come back in the field. She like, your hair ain't never been this. It was just, because I get my shit done like every 3 weeks, but when you sweating like that, it's just, man, my shit was poofy. Man, it was just sweating, all that sweat and shit. And it was just dirty. Why? Because even though I got it tied up, I'm sweating. There's dust flying around. You dealing with people with cats. I'm allergic to cats. You got hair. You got people that got, you start breaking these beds down. People don't get behind their beds. You got dust. Mountains of dust. Anybody that's been in Final Mile moving, you know what I'm talking about. You get to some people's bedrooms, they ain't never Swiffered or dusted behind their bed. They dress it, it's just dust flying everywhere. She knew something had changed because my hair lock maintenance ain't never, she like, man, what the fuck is going on? But you thought this shit was like sweet type shit? This ain't CrossFit at the gym. This ain't Pilates. This shit is uncontrolled weight, uncontrolled settings, uncontrolled environments. And in most cases, if you a 2-man team, Final Mile, moving 3-man team, you got a spotter. 2-man team, you don't got a spotter. It's been times in moving, obviously, if you on a 3-man team and you got the 2 guys that's carrying up an armoire, what do you put the 3rd guy behind the person that's at the bottom? He's behind that guy, keeping him. This motherfucker at the bottom with the strap got all the weight. Motherfucker at the top just really got the strap on. He going backward. All his work is coming in his hamstrings and his glutes. And he's trying to go up with the thing, but the shit is on the strap. This motherfucker at the bottom is holding it so it don't come back, and then you got the spotter behind him helping to brace his back. But when you doing 2-man Final Mile, you ain't got a spotter. So where the woman gonna be? She gonna be at the top? Or she gonna be at the bottom? You gonna trust her with 3, 4, 50 pounds on a center of gravity where the weight is going downwards? Because the person at the top ain't holding it. He just bracing it and centering it. 9 times out of 10, he got one hand there trying to, you already know when you get to that top, you trying to get to that last stair at the top. The steeper it gets, the harder it gets. Now let's talk about the damage over time. Now I can tell you about that because you've been following me. I've been talking about one thing the whole time. I was going through therapy when I was first started. The micro tears in the soft tissue. Lower back disc compression. I got that. My lower back ain't the same. I just don't talk about it as much because the shoulder is the real issue with me. My lower back is fucked up. And it's not because the technique is wrong, the technique is right. But over time, day in, day out, the first 3 years were very difficult because I was learning. So the technique wasn't right. The last 3 years, it was age and volume and going above and beyond. It was plenty of days where I had to do the work of two men. I would always take the heavier job. Okay, this crew is short. I'm gonna jump on this truck. I'm gonna do a 3-man day, a 3-man truck scheduled day with me and another guy. One of those days happened to be a guy that I hired during the pandemic, and he just couldn't stay out his phone. He didn't have a belt. We had 3 moves that day. The first one should have took 5.5 hours. It took 9 because I pretty much was doing everything myself. I fell off the truck that day. The destination was a home, and then this lady, crazy ass lady, who overpacked boxes, won all the boxes in the basement. And she was a stickler. She wrote a bad review. She paid, but she wrote a bad review. Rightfully so, the job should have probably took 5.5, 6 hours. It took 9. Pandemic. This is 2020, maybe 2021, summer. I think summer, I don't know, it was summer 2020 or 2021. And it was just, man, I was just dealing with people not working. I was having a hard time. The people that have been working me for years, they were fair weather at this point, and the new guys just didn't give a fuck. And I'm back in the field. So me being my business and still having to appease customers, especially the jobs that I was on, I had to go above and beyond because I had to pick up where we were lacking, whether it be I was with a seasoned guy and we were just short a guy, or I'm dealing with someone who's just new and just not good and just part of this new generation of, you carry something to the truck and then to walk back to the house to get something else, you pulling out your phone and you looking. There's no sense of urgency there. So I'm lapping you. While you walking back, I done lapped you twice already. Why? Because I ain't got time to read you your rights on the job. I can't do it. Why? Because I need you. I don't want to piss you off. And I'm seeing how gentle the society has come at this time. Well, I can't say too much because this motherfucker will walk off and then I'm really fucked. So I just got to work harder. And by working harder, you're overexerting yourself. Here's the thing. Even not in those scenarios, there's going to be scenarios where you are working with a seasoned person, you're good, you're going to have to overexert yourself because that particular delivery or that particular move may require it because the level of difficulty. Knee joint degeneration, that comes from, and I'm telling you this from being in this industry years and going through physical therapy because of it. The reason why your knees get weak is because once your lower back starts to deteriorate from just constantly doing this and not being able to heal because you can't give it time because you're scheduled. It's part of your core starts to break down, and this gets weak because you don't give it time to recover. Now, your other parts of your body start to pick up where these parts are lacking because they're tired and you haven't gave them a chance to heal from those micro tears and that beating. So now your knees are overworking. And you feel it. When you're going upstairs with heavy shit, you can tell how you used to go versus how you go now because you're bracing that knee because you're scared it's going to blow out. Listen, when you come in my comments with this shit because you on social media and you letting people sell you a dream and you don't want to go over the road and you think you can do this and you come in my comments, I'm going to really break it down for you. The husband ain't off limits. You ain't off limits. Shoulder impingement. That's what I got. It's from reaching, extending with things that are really, really heavy that you may have to reach. Shoulder muscles ain't like chest muscles. They're a more delicate muscle. You can strengthen them. But it's easier to have 350 pounds where you can use your core and your chest and your back to hold that weight versus having to extend with 350 pounds where you're trying to brace your lower back, but most of the weight is sitting here. Look at these muscles compared to these muscles, compared to the muscles in your back and your lats and all that shit, where when you can hold it like this versus like that. Grip, forearm tendon strain. Our movers and final mile guys, y'all know about when the fingers start to get, y'all know that shit right here. Because every time you lift something, you get that grip, you feel it here. Here's something else that I've struggled with. Hip imbalance. My right hip is fucked up. Right? So when I first went to physical therapy, the first thing the guy did, he measured me. He's like, I'm gonna measure you. I'm like, what do you mean? He sat in a chair at the end of the room. He told me to go to the other end of the room. He just told me to walk to him. He said, yeah, your right hip is, he didn't ask me which knee was bad. I just walked. And he could tell by how I walk. Is it like if you look at a serviceman walk, especially a guy that's been in the Marine, they have like a firm walk. Their toes are pointed straight. My right foot had a slight, not a slew, but just a slight turn, right? Right hip. He said, your right hip is messed up. That's why you got knee pain. Your right knee is messed up. Your hip is messed up. So how can you tell when I walk? He said, I looked at your measurements and then he explained that to me. See, I can speak from experience. See, I've never talked about the physical therapy part in detail. But since you want a challenge, okay, let's talk about it. This is why insurance goes back to what I talked about the guy the other day, the importance of insurance. Let me tell you about insurance. I've had my insurance going almost, 15 years now, the same insurance, but guess what? They cover everything, but for some reason, they don't cover physical therapy 100%. They only cover 70% of it. So 30% is coming out of pocket. So still to this day, one of the things that I do when I go to the gym, I get down on that mat. I have to. I got to get down on that mat and I have to stretch. The wear on the hips, especially the right hip, I have to stretch because it'll lock up. I have to keep it loose. So I get down, I do stretches, I lay on my back, I fold in my back. I do the turn, twist the thing here. I lay on my back. I stretch. I go wider and wider and wider. As wide as I can get. And I get down into a deep stretch. And I do that for 30 minutes, 6 days a week. I have to. But that hip ain't the same. And the reason the hip imbalance is because I'm bracing myself on the stairs. When you're bracing weight on the stairs, this is how that happens. Don't believe me? Look it up. A lot of things that have happened, as far as the ailments, right, is from my physical therapist telling me, right, and just research. A lot from my physical therapist. Somebody says, why Final Mile isn't worth it? I disagree with you. The line is going to be open. I disagree with you. Because it ain't that bad. I'm still good. I'm still in shape. You just got to work out every day and keep things, have insurance so that you can go through therapy. I ain't finna sit up here and hold you. And I think my damage come from moving. I really wasn't, as far as Final Mile, I really didn't have to do those. When I started doing Final Mile, I was already gone. So I never really went on the Final Miles. All my years of being in the field was me being on the moving trucks. I never was really out there Final Mile. I was out there moving first 3 years, last 3 years. I've recovered some routes here and there, but Final Mile it's difficult, but moving is way difficult. So, I'm looking at it more so from a household goods, but you lifting some of the same shit doing Final Mile. But I'm looking at this shit from like a house. My wear and tear and strain has come from moving. Long-term outcomes. Bulging disc, herniation. Somebody just mentioned sciatica. Chronic knee inflammation. I'm sorry, inflammation. But you're going to have inflammation. Rotator cuff issues. That's what I have, right? Grip failure, carpal tunnel. Early signs of arthritis. It don't break you in one day. It breaks you into pieces over a period of time. And this is why I tell people who come to me, I say, yeah, you can make a lot of money. You can be well off, but you have to have a plan. 10 years. 10 years. But you got to get in, build, remove yourself from the actual in-field day-to-day and run it up. But you're going to be in the field, and you have to be prepared to be in the field at any given time. I'm okay, but if I had to do it from start all the way to end on the truck, no, those 7 years that I wasn't in the field where I was in the office, I believe if I had to be on a truck from the very first day to the very last day, I probably would be, I probably wouldn't have lasted. I don't think I probably would have been able to go all those years in the field. Because the last 3 years during the pandemic, when I had to come back out, was brutal. A lot of my the shoulder happened during the pandemic. The hip happened during the early years of building the company, which the hip is not bad anymore because I went through therapy. But, it'll lock up if I don't continue to stretch it. The knee is fine now because therapy fixed the knee issue. The knee issue was from weak core, weak hips. Strengthening my hips and strengthening my core corrected the knee. I don't have knee pain no more. But this will never be the same no more. It don't bother me as long as I keep strengthening it. If I don't strengthen it, even on leg day, I'll do an upright, even if it's just a bar. I just do that. Even if it's just a bar. And I don't go heavy with the weight. I'm just working myself back up to heavier weights and bench pressing. Right? Because that shit'll lock up, it'll get stiff, and not this one, it's just this one. This is where the injury happened. Why would you want your woman to do that? Hey, calling me gorgeous. Your husband is he riding with you with this idea? That shit crazy. Hey man, tell him to call me, man. I gotta talk to him. This ain't real. This ain't red pill. This real pill. See, over here it's gonna be real pill, not red pill. Real pill. Now let's talk about the differences in anatomy. See, I've mentioned this, but now we're going to do a whole episode about it because some of y'all women, y'all done follow this Me Too movement. And a lot of these niggas are suckers. They don't want to tell you. They just be like Eddie Murphy on, what Eddie Murphy say on Raw? The dude, you go to the dude, you got them type of guys, you just tell them all this shit. You like, okay. Let me see if I can find that. Eddie. Y'all don't know some of y'all. Let's see. Is this it? I'm gonna get a copyright. Watch. You this type of guy. This the type of guy you is. Hold on, let me see if I.
Your house, your car. So be careful. Cause I'm into American women. I like American women. I got a friend. Docile women on the planet. Like I walked in the house and his friend, Japanese girl, the Japanese thing, they always bow. I was like, oh shit, and I was like, now that's well, well, then you don't owe me in, okay? First of all, let me ain't you? I don't see no rings on these things. Excuse me?
I think this is this the part right here. This you.
Excuse me?
Say, okay.
I said, where you going? You don't own me. You my woman, ain't you? I don't see no rings on these fingers. Are you gonna put a ring on this finger? Well, then you don't owe me in, okay? First of all, let me tell you, I don't give a fuck who you are or what you have, okay? You got a whole lot of nerve to come inside and ask me where I'm going. I come and go as I please. I don't answer my father. I ain't gonna answer no man either. Ain't no man gonna tell me where I can go. I come and go. You got a whole lot of motherfucking nerve. Who the hell do you think you are anyway? Or come and ask me where I'm going? Nobody owns me. I own myself. I'm my own person. And we hear all that shit. Okay.
That's you.
Well, where you gonna be?
That's you. Okay. Goofy ass. She had came to you and sold you this whole dream on fire. Me and you, baby, we gonna get out there on the truck and we gonna deliver these washers and we gonna carry and these refrigerators and we gonna carry them up flights of stairs and they got these straps. They call shoulder straps. And, you know, he old sucker anyway because you know he is. He just, oh, okay. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. We ain't finna be doing, you ain't finna be doing it. I'm supposed to do it with you. I'm supposed to trust you. So I'm supposed to be at the bottom of this refrigerator while you at the top, and I'm supposed to trust that you're going to be strong enough to keep going up these stairs and not let that motherfucker go and crush me. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. So let's talk about anatomy. And I'm not saying that women are weak. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the average female body is not designed for repeated load bearing in the same way that a man's body is. And what I'm doing right now is I'm strategically breaking it down to you from experience with facts, not disrespect. And I'm also breaking it down from the aspect because whenever this happens, whenever I get met with this, it's always a couple, husband, wife. And it's the wife whose idea this is. I'm just like, bro, what type of men are y'all, bro? I don't even like my chick taking out the garbage. I'll drive over there just to take out the garbage, bro. Like, why y'all want a burly brawl? Why you want to beat up? I really want to say another word because I think the theatrics of it's going to be better, but I'm going to chill. Why y'all want this big burly beat up bruise brawl? Fuck type of niggas is y'all, bro. Let's talk about the anatomy, bro. Men, biologically, higher muscle mass, especially in the upper body. The upper body is what it matters a lot. Higher bone density. Larger shoulders. For load distribution. I gave examples of that earlier. Higher testosterone. Why? Continuously doing this, right? Obviously, higher testosterone, quicker recovery and repair. Thicker wrists by nature, thicker forearms by nature, better grip endurance by nature based off of biology. All this stuff matters. Average female, lower upper body muscle. Go to the gym. You see women bench pressing from time to time, but not really. And then the women you see that are doing bench pressing, they got like maybe some 10 pounders on there. Where do you not think you're going to not use your upper body? You're going to have to use your upper body more than you think. And I earlier in the stream, I explained why. Wider hip structure. We talking about women now. So this gives you different force angles when lifting. Your hip structure is wider. Absolute lower grip strength. You don't believe me? Hey, baby, open this can of olives open for me. Hey, baby, open this jar of pickles open for me. Hey, baby, open this peanut butter for me. I just had to do it yesterday. I had to open a Stanley cup yesterday. Here, open this Stanley cup. And you know what I did? I took a towel. I gripped it. She couldn't do it. And guess what? That motherfucker was on there tight. And she was like, man, I said, no, I'm going to get it. She's like, you determined to get it. You motherfucking right. And she watching. How many times? And see, here's the thing. This is why Big Mark gonna always break it down, because see, y'all don't think about this shit. And then I have to come, you try to come in my comments with this goofy shit. And then you give me, I have to come get you together. How many times, Miss Absolute, have you told your husband, open this jar for me? Different Q angles, knee alignment, higher knee strain on the stairs, lower natural testosterone. So for this lower natural testosterone, slower muscle recovery. Now, don't none of this mean that you can't do it. You can absolutely do it until you can't. A lot of women go do it and then they realize they can't. Some women you got to let just go do it, put them in that situation, and then they realize, oh, fuck, what was I thinking? I've been 100%. All the women that have come and challenged me in the past, I've been 100% right. Only thing that a woman's gonna do that the price you gonna pay is gonna be higher than the man. You're gonna pay a higher price. But Juan keeps saying that's why you shouldn't do it. Big Mark is up. You think I don't give a fuck about this little shoulder, man? I'm up. That's the thing. You got men that went out and did construction for 35 years. You got men that went out and did all types of physical things in the past years and decades to help build this country. This is what men do. We do manly things. So I don't feel a type of way about building businesses that are labor intensive, because this is what men do. Gather hunters. Back in the day, men had to go out and find their food, kill fucking big ass deers and throw them on their shoulders and walk fucking miles back to camp. This is what men do. What you mean? This type of shit, listen, I see you in the comments from time to time, and I know you a supporter of the channel. And guess what? I'm going to read you your rights too. Hold on. I told you I was going to derail. Because I knew it was going to be big mark up. No, I don't. I pulled up the wrong one. Hold on, where is that? It ain't the lit. Mark injury. Big mark up. What we supposed to go out here and do? The purpose of a man, like Tucky saying, is to get out here and do physical shit. So let me ask you this. You and your wife, you and your woman, you laying in bed. Y'all live in a bi-level home. It's 2, 3 in the morning. You hear a loud, disturbing noise at the door. B1, I'm asking you a question. You hear a loud, disturbing noise at the door downstairs. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Somebody trying to kick the door in. Who going downstairs, you or her? Who going downstairs, Mr. Henderson, you or her? No. Who's going downstairs, Mr. Henderson? Who's going downstairs? Who's going downstairs? Some of y'all gonna be like, babe, what was that noise? What was that noise? Babe, go downstairs and see what that is. In a deep ass voice, babe, go downstairs and see what that noise is. Who going downstairs? All right, so you gonna put yourself in harm's way. You gonna do the heavy lifting, right? You gonna risk your life. You gonna do the heavy lifting. Why? Why? Give me the answer. Why? See how I gotta break it down when they try to come for big. You think you coming for Big Mark, but Big Mark always one step ahead, big dog. You going? Why you going though? Why you going? It's one word and it's 3 letters. Why? Why? No. Why are you going downstairs though? Explain to me, why would you go downstairs? Tell me why. No. Don't tell me why you would go downstairs. It's only one reason. He won't answer the question. He ain't gonna answer the question. I'm asking you one simple question. You hear a noise downstairs. You and your wife laying in bed. You and your girl laying in bed. Who goes downstairs? You say me. Now I'm telling you, okay, why you? He ain't gonna answer because it's gonna prove my point. Why are you going downstairs? What are you talking about? Too much work, nigga. Men, we men. We do man things. We do construction. We lift shit. We build shit. He ain't answering the question, why you going downstairs? I don't want to hear all that extra shit. Why do you go downstairs? Until you answer me that question, I don't want to hear nothing else. Tell me why you go downstairs and then we continue the conversation. For this, I'm going back to my lecture. Yeah, you don't want to answer the question, and you cool. I see you supported the channel, but you talking nonsense. I want to know why you going downstairs, pimp. And because you know when you answer, it's just going to support what I'm saying. It's it's a one word and it's 3 letters. And it start with an M and it end with an N. And it's a vowel in the middle. That's why you going downstairs. Because that's what men do. He ain't going to answer the question because it's going to support it. It's going to support everything that I'm saying. He still ain't answered. This guy. Listen, we're going to kill the sexist accusations. A lot of men break down doing this daily. A lot of men tap out. I've seen grown men tap out. I've hired grown men, they just couldn't do it. At the end of the day, it has to be done. There's men that do very, very labor. Like, this work is hard, but this ain't some of the hardest work. I've seen way harder work than this. I was watching a video of these guys, and they were doing something in the welding the steel. The guy, and it was so hot in that fucking place. He had a shirt on, it had fucking dirt and grease and oil, and he was swinging this big ass steel over, and he was hitting it, and he swung it over with the guy, and he had to turn it and put these chains around it and push it. Man, that dude looked like he was exhausted. I don't know what it was. It was some type of steel work or welding work or something. They had fire and shit. I don't know, some welding steel. That shit looks like it's harder than this shit. But guess what? Somebody got to do that type of shit. And I'm pretty sure they get paid a good amount of money to do it. And I salute anybody that is out here doing real work, the work that men do. You get injured doing this type of work. I've had, people get injured. I've been injured. So even just being a male doesn't make you a superhero, it just buys you more time because our bodies are designed to do this. This is why you have men and you have women. And this is why biologically in anatomy, you look at the anatomy, we're structurally different purposely. If this job is destroying bodies, if most physical labor job, roofing, there's plenty of jobs out here that's taxing, that's very labor intensive. Roofing. If this job is destroying the bodies of strong men built for load bearing work, why would I sit up here and pretend it's safe? I'm gonna use the word safe for the average woman to do every day. It's not. So when I say you can't do it, I'm just not telling you that because you think I'm sex. It has nothing to do with being sexist or nothing. It's just, it's over. You're not designed to do it. It's not safe. We have to be realistic. We got to get out of this new society where we think we equal. We not equal. Just like the example that I gave to Mr. Henderson, who's going downstairs. Why? Because we're not equal. It's men's job to do certain things. He used the word protector. Same fucking shit. It's his job to do it. And we're going to drop the phone number. We're going to put the phone number at the end. Don't worry about it. We going to put the number at the end. The profession versus the exception. There's a difference between a woman that a woman who can sustain doing it daily for years if they can make it, which we know is a woman who can build businesses around longevity. The smart path, I think, for women as it pertains to trucking is OTR. It's not labor intensive. It's not taxing on the body, just driving. When it comes to household goods and when it comes to final mile, no. And I've given it from a biology, anatomy, experience, and then just what type of man, because it's always the women that's married and they bring this shit to their husband. I bring Caduce back to the front because I still make fun of him to this day. Like, there's no fucking way in the world I'm G'ing for that at all. So any man that lays up and a woman come tell him this shit, this idea, and you go do a little bit of research and you see, like, that lets me know a lot about you. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it a G. And I'm gonna look, fuck just the physical aspect of it. Like, damn, bro, you ain't finna be able to do it. It's just having common sense. I'm gonna be like, why would I want my chick beat the fuck up? My chick is bad. Why would I? If you gotta have she gotta be a little funny looking for you to listen. Because if your chick bad, the last thing you gonna want her to do is come home beat the fuck up, bro. Let's keep it a buck. Your chick can't be looking like too much. If you even consider it, she can't look like too much. She gotta already be beat the fuck up. So it ain't gonna be too much of a difference. You dig what I'm saying? Me, I ain't letting my chick. Man, get the fuck out my face with that goofy ass shit. I'm gonna hit the button on my own chick. Get your goofy ass out my face. I'm not finna let. Why I wanna look at her? Come on, beat the fuck up. I'm out there, she getting beat the fuck up. I'm her partner while we both getting beat the fuck up. Man, I told you stop, man. My hand is in there. My hand. Like, bro, getting beat the fuck up. Then I gotta look at her beat the fuck up and hear her complaining and shit. She ain't gonna be. Come on, bro. What we talking about? Chick can't look like nothing, bro. Even considering if your chick was decent, you wouldn't. Hell no. Fuck you talking about? What are you talking about, man? Get the hell out of here with that shit. So I'm still standing on business. You can't do it. Why would you want to do it? And all you women that come talking about you brought the idea to your man, my husband, my man. He's a sucker. Because if he G'ing for it, it lets me know what type of nigga he is. He a Mr. Okay. Like Eddie Murphy said in Raw. He ain't pushing back. He ain't doing you dictating everything. Because ain't no real man going to sit up there and go for that at all. That's the nigga that's in the passenger seat and you getting out pumping the gas. That's the nigga that y'all hear the, man, hey, you heard that? He gonna put, like D Walk said, he gonna put the cover over his head. He gonna tell you to go downstairs. You taking out the garbage. You changing the tires. You got a whole man in the car with you. Y'all get a flat on the side of the road. Y'all call AAA. AAA tell you they booked. It's going to be an hour and a half. You got a spare in the trunk. And his goofy ass got the seat laid all the way back. You see these niggas now, his seat laid all the way back. He in his phone. Yeah, you just gonna have to wait on AAA. Whole time, he laid way in the back, texting on his phone, on Instagram. Whole time, he could have been the went in the trunk, pulled that little felt shit back, unscrewed the goddamn spare tire, got his funky ass on the ground, broke the lug nuts. Don't jack it up. Break the lug nuts first. Jack that bitch up. Take it off. Put the spare on. Tighten that bitch up. Lower that bitch and been on your way in 20 minutes. He just gonna lay that seat laid all the way back. This type of nigga you talk about. Seat laid all the way back. He on the phone. Waiting. Just he gonna wait because he lazy, don't know how to do it. Just laid back, texting and on Facebook and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Hit the like button. Told you. I already told you. See, this is why you gotta leave me alone. Don't come in my comments talking this goofy shit. Where my button at? Hold on. We gonna get it together. Where my good? We gonna finna drop the phone. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We gonna look at some videos too while we waiting for the people to call up. Where's my phone at? Where is it at? Where's the phone? Phone. Let's see. Where's my phone? Phone. Oh, there you go. All right, phone line is open. Fuck it. We're gonna watch these videos while we waiting for some people to call. Phone open, bro. Call up and say what you want to say. I'm done. Hold on.
Shoulder dolly makes lifting easier for me. Shoulder dolly.
So, you see the spotter right here? This is what I'm talking about, a spotter. This is what I'm talking about, a spotter. Now look, I don't like the way his back is. He got his back like this. So that's what I'm talking about, the lower back issues. But he can't go like this and keep his back because of the situation. Look how steep the stairs are. So now imagine this being a woman at the bottom. Now the guy at the top, he's not really holding on to anything because there's nothing to hold on to. He's just supporting the strap. Then look how tight the space is. The guy at the bottom has no choice but to go back like this. So why would you want your woman at the bottom of this? Why would you want to fuck her body up? What if she still has more children to bear or hasn't bared any children yet? You damn sure don't want her at the top because you trusting her. Now, if these stairs were even more steeper, but here's a spotter though. Remember I talked about a spotter? They got a spotter. You see something? Look at his calf muscles. He ain't even descended yet. But you can see what muscles are working each step he takes. I don't like how they got these straps, but look, he's swaying here. Shit heavy, bro. You can tell the weight, bro. This is a big fucking guy. You can tell by his calf muscles, bro. My calves ain't that big. This is a big guy. You look at his physical structure and look how he's. If you do this type of work, you see. All right.
Shoulder dolly makes lifting easier for me. Shoulder dolly.
These guys are the definition of work smart, not hard. They're lifting a 36-inch two-door fridge inside the house using shoulder dolly straps. The straps distribute the weight evenly across your shoulders and back, reducing the strain on your arms and hands. This makes it
good technique right here, keeping his back straight. But the level of difficulty on these stairs is not that bad and not steep, so he could keep his back straight. You see what I'm saying?
Easier and safer to carry heavy loads, especially when navigating stairs or tight spaces.
You're gonna have to squat here, right there, boom, little back. He uses a little back. If he had to squat a little bit more, your hips is gonna come into play.
Did you know about this?
Yeah. Not bad. That was an easier one.
Shoulder dolly. Shoulder dolly makes lifting easier for me. Shoulder dolly.
Now, mind you, My search was woman carry refrigerator upstairs with shoulder straps. I don't see any women. I don't see none. I don't see any. Hold on, what is this? Can a woman do this? Una. Come on, papi. Una, papi. Uh-oh. Come on, papi. Good work, papi. Good work. Una. See that? See that? Let me go back. I wonder if she watching right now. I wonder if she watching, her and her husband. They calling me gorgeous. Is you watching right now? Link is at the bottom. You can call up. Chucky says solo carry is diabolical. Believe it or not, this was the way moving was done. Especially, I remember we moved a bunch when I was a kid, but I remember my mom hired this moving company here. It was a kid, they not in business no more, called Cooper's Movers. They was off of 79th Street. And that's how they carry. Back in the 80s, 90s, that was the norm, carrying everything on your back. Boxes, refrigerators, they would hump straps, tie it up, boom, arch over. Everything they carried was on the back in the day. You don't see that too much nowadays. Nowadays, you see the two-man lifts because obviously over time, you know, they've invented things like the shoulder straps and shit like that to lighten the load. But back in the day, that was the norm. Let's see if we can find something more challenging. This is the most you see when they show women doing it. This is the most you see.
Here's how it works.
You don't
First,
never see them
put on your
doing it.
harnesses.
This is how they sell it to you.
Lay both straps next to the item you're about to lift.
They put a woman in here to do the demonstration, but they don't never show them doing the actual work.
Then,
and this is enough to help sell. Ooh, I could do this. I could do it.
Tip and kick the straps underneath. Next, cross them.
Now,
then,
forearm.
Set a loop on your harnesses.
Oh no, these ain't forearms. These shoulder straps too.
Now, place your hands on the furnishing you're about to move, and with your back straight and head up, lift. It's that simple.
See how they made it seem like, okay, cool. You can lift it. If you got the strength to lift it straight up with the shoulder straps, cool, sure. But that's not the hard part. This not the hard part.
To move, and with your back straight and head up, lift. It's that.
So that's not the hard part. That's not the hard part, buddy. Let's see if we can find a good stare. We want to find us a good stare. Okay, this might be a good one. Let's see what they got going on. This might be. Una, migo papi, una papi, una. This might look like a good one. These stairs too wide. This is good. It's good for them, but I want a tighter stair. Now watch. Boom. We're making the turn. Come on, women. Now boom. Watch this. Uh-oh. See how he used the shoulders? See how he used the shoulders? He couldn't drop that bitch. He already up there now. See how he's swinging? I don't like how he on the side, though. He needs to get more center. His strap is on an angle. I don't like that shit. But see, I want pay attention to this turn, though, because this is what I'm talking about. Now watch. Once he started sending, he ain't got time to sit it down. He's all upper body. You can tell how he's doing like this. Look, see how he swayed? He had to get his balance. That weight moving. See if I can find a more difficult one. Hold on, let's see. Oh, y'all couldn't see it? Damn. Hold on. Yeah, where did it go? Y'all couldn't see that? Here you go. All right, I didn't know y'all couldn't see it, but here you go. So watch. So boom, they made the turn. Now this all upper body. You can see how he twisted. Boom. He had to do that from up. He didn't have to chest. Boom. See how right there he had to catch himself? That balance is he had to get his balance, get his stance, because that weight is shifting. Now he has to turn. He has to reposition. Boom. See how you can see it's coming up on the shoulders. That's why you see it. Boom. Took that step to the left. That's why the guy started laughing. This shit ain't like no joke, bro. So I don't. Let me see what else. Let me see if I can find a hard one. I want to find a hard stairwell. Let me see. I don't know. I can't really tell this one. This might be a boot. Knowing it. Come on, Migo. Look how tight and steep that is. Una. Now look, this is a good example of an obstacle situation. It's tight. You got the wall right there. The strap, because of the space, how it being tight, and the depth of them going down, he can't, with the strap, he can't stand straight up. So he's under that, damn near squatting. Because they got to set it down. The guy's already at the bottom. So the guy at the top, look what he has to do with his body. So when people come into these women, and then y'all, y'all can get held accountable too. So when I say you can't, not only can't you, but why would you? And then y'all always like to say your husband, what type of nigga is he to even sit up there and even consider the shit? So which side is he gonna be on? Which side he gonna be on? You want your wife right here, or you want her pent up against the wall? You tell me which way. I don't want my woman neither motherfucking place. You let me know, Mr. Husband. You want your woman on this side? Hold on. You want her on this side? You want her on this side, or you want her over there? Look at him. He gotta get under that for them, because look how steep the stairs is. I wish we could have saw it for them to get to that point. Una. Let's find an even more difficult one. We're gonna find us a difficult one.
Now this right here, I'm gonna just show y'all how you
brothers.
move.
Hold on. These some brothers. Let me see if the brothers. I want to make sure it's a hard one. No, this ain't difficult. Let me see. I'm gonna find a hard one. Well, this one might be a good one as far as. Let's see. All right, this is a good one because, well, they cut it off. But I want to show you right here the back. The back.
Yeah, you see that boy?
The cat ain't got sense enough to move out the way.
I go slow.
Can you get the cat?
Damn, them folks stuff.
Now, this is an ignorant customer. You know you got movers or delivery people coming to deliver refrigerator and remove the old one. Why I ain't got your pets up?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Move, cat.
Down, watch the chandelier.
There you go.
Come on down.
You hear the women say, look at the man. That's a man. You hear the woman in the background? So why would you want your woman to do that? You hear the women is getting turned on by this shit. They getting turned. So see, women get turned on by men doing hard work. How you gonna get Mr. Husband? How you gonna get turned on out there doing this shit with your wife? Now watch how he got to squat down and the pressure is gonna put on his back. Reposition. Now he got to go down. Boom. That's hips. That's all hips.
Now this right
Gotta
here,
find
I'ma just show
Oklahoma
y'all
version.
how you move a 500-pound.
Gotta find a difficult one. Going up some stairs. Hold on. Tight stairwell. Do. What is this? Short. It's a short. Let's see. Hold on. Let's take a look at this one. I don't know, but let's take a look at this one. You saw how he's squatting? See, when you going on steep stairs, it's difficult on both sides. Like you may have to reposition mid climb in the midst of the ascend up the stairs. So you may have to readjust and certain muscles are gonna have to kick in. You can't set it down. There's nowhere to set it down. This is extremely dangerous what he's doing right here. Like real tight third floor. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. We're gonna find us a really good one. Okay, this one got an angle. This one might be a good one. This
is how you move a fridge downstairs without any experience, with just a friend. Check it out. Have a look at
They
these flight of
definitely got
stairs.
experience.
They go down and then turn. One of the worst flight of stairs you can ever move on.
What do I always tell you? It's always the turns. So let's see
Today I'm
how
going to
they
show you
do
how
it.
to move this fridge downstairs. You won't have any blankets. So I'm going to show you how to take this down safely and not damage any walls. Normally when we would do it, we would put a blanket on it, shrink wrap,
Guys in shape.
do it proper way, but you probably don't have that stuff. All right, we'll pull it out. You take the wire, you're gonna round this wire up, wrap this up properly. Now that it's in there, it's not gonna be in our way. This is a wooden floor. We can't really slide too much, otherwise there's gonna be a scratch. So what you wanna do is put your leg on the bottom, lean it back, and then put your chest here. Your arms go around it.
Your chest there. Women, Mrs. What was her name? Hold on. Hold on. Mrs. They Calling Me Gorgeous. Pay attention. I hope you watch this, Miss Calling Me Gorgeous. Your chest. Now, I don't want to go into specifics, but you dig what I'm saying.
We're gonna lift from the bottom.
Hold on.
Go through the stairs. And that's it. Just gonna put it down here. Whenever we move anything down these stairs, the rule is pretty simple. Let's, for example, say this is an item that's going down. Down these stairs, it has to be straight. It can't be like this. It can't be like this. It can't be like this. Imagine this fridge. If it's leaning over, it's not gonna fit through. So you have to keep it, anything you're taking down, keep it straight, and then it will go down that way. I'll show you with this. The person on top on this side has to be the one that's
This isn't a big refrigerator. This is a standard size top and bottom. The level of difficulty is hard. Obviously, it's going to be harder with a bigger refrigerator, wider, heavier. But still, let's look at the technique.
Stronger. Person on the bottom doesn't have to be that strong.
Now, hear what he said. I was talking, but let's pay attention. Pay attention, women. Pay attention.
True. So you have to keep it, anything you're taking down, keep it straight, and then it will go down that way. I'll show you with this. The person on top on this side has to be the one that's more stronger. Person on the bottom doesn't have to be that strong. I'm gonna grip the fridge with this area, right? And I'm gonna use my chest to pull it up.
Now, remember what we talked about the forearms earlier? That's how you grip it. This is how this starts to tear over time. Your fingers, carpal tunnel, your grip, your chest. Women have breast. Women don't exercise their chest. They have breasts. You use your chest a lot. During the pandemic, my uniform shirts, like I'm going through uniform shirts because I'm constantly sweating them out. Once you sweat out a shirt so much, I don't care how much you wash it, it's just you start to it's just no good no more. So you notice when you're doing moving, you see a lot of wear in the chest area, more so than the rest of the shirt. Like you can sweat a shirt out and wash it and it'll start to discolor over time. But a lot of that wear you see from just because you're resting a lot of shit on your chest. So when I be these women, I just don't understand. Like y'all see a little, I don't know why y'all think, but none of these guys or none of this shit, when you watch these shoulder dollar commercials where they just show you putting the strap on and standing up, you don't understand this shit. Y'all think I'm saying you can't do it because I'm just trying to be mean. No, I'm being serious.
Lift it up. Yep.
And then you bring your husband into this shit. To me, that's why. Don't bring him into it because I'm gonna be like, why? Why would you think this is cool? This shit ain't even cool.
Yep, that's it. Now we're gonna make it straight. What you wanna do is both hands underneath, and you're just gonna lift it up. Lift up.
Now look, he can't really get a grip, so he's pretty much anybody that's been in moving in front of my delivery. All his strength for him to make this turn is coming from his forearms and his hands. A lot of the time we have grips, gloves with grips, so that'll help us plant, our palm on it to help us give a little extra, momentum when we lift. But a lot of his lifting is coming from his forearms and his grip. He don't have no room to get up under it. It's all coming from here and up here. Tell me what woman got the forearms like that? I know Chucky, but I wouldn't suggest this either. But they making a turn, so I'm just looking at the technique and I'm breaking it down as far as the anatomy, man and woman. We not judging. This video ain't to judge how they're doing it, or we dealing with the anatomy of a man and a woman right now. Now look.
Now, at this point,
Hold on.
I can lean it now because it's just going straight down.
I don't even like the way they doing this,
put
but
it down
still,
on a step and then continue. Then put it down. Just for the video, I'm going to tell you, he's not a professional removalist. So if he can do it, anybody can do it. We're going to show you again how to move this up the same way that we came. So now, bro, what you want to do is lean it over towards me. And you want to lift it up as high as possible. And then just keep walking until I say put it down. I can lean it, but I have a better grip. I'll just give it a hug, put my hands.
He's hugging it. I've had to do this plenty of times. There's nothing to grab at the top. There's no handles. It's tall. He's at the bottom. You're ascending stairs. He has to make a turn, so he can't lay it back like this. It has to be up here because once they get to the turn, from here, sitting on his chest, he's gonna have to go like that. So women, you called out the challenge. So I want to see a woman that got strong forearm, strong grip, that you're gonna be able to hug it like this and pick it up and use all of this.
Here and just lift, brother. There you go. All right, just walk the whole way. Walk the whole way. It's pretty easy. Put it on the last step. Make it straight now. Lift it up. Hold it. Keep holding it. Lean it towards me and then lift it up. That's it. Ready? Lift.
He putting a lot of pressure on his lower back.
And make sure don't turn on the fridge for at least an hour or two. Leave it for an hour, let the gas settle, and then turn it on. Very important. Otherwise, no fridge.
Let's see. We still waiting on somebody. The line is open. 312-772. Bawan Henderson. You can call up. Any women that want to talk, you can call up. Anybody that want to talk, you free to call up. Let's see. We want to look for a difficult one. Ranch style home. It's a wide stairway. Let's say third floor, moving a dryer machine. Dryer ain't that bad. Let me see how tight the stairs is. Let me see if this is worth showing. I want to show a difficult one. Because every day is going to be different. Every stop is going to be different. Let's see. It's a wide stairwell. You know what? They got a lot of good ones. So let me see if I can find. Let's see videos. Most popular. All right. Is this
Okay, so when the video. Hey, Rob,
Una.
how are you gonna like that, this dresser?
Bend your knees.
Una. 312-772-5483. Una. 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 Let's see.
Vamos a ver cómo está. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right, hold on. This might be a good one. Then they say you might be like, well, Mark, we ain't gonna do appliances. Me and my husband, we gonna do furniture. We gonna get us a contract at Bob's. No problem. No problem. Hold on, we got you too. We got you too, pimp. I got you. I got you for the furniture too. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yo miro este lado, porque este lado es donde va a pegar, pero si no.
Una.
Aguas con la de arriba.
Una, amigo, una. Papi, una. Now these legs don't come off. These types of legs don't come off. That's why they're not off. Got an arched doorway. See how tight it is? See how tight it is? Una. Come on, papi. Watch your hands. See how his hands? You want your woman fingers beat the fuck up? Mr. Gorgeous husband? Look how tight that is. Yeah. Papi, you got it, papi. Yes. Look at the customer.
No, I can put it directly, yeah. Okay.
Watch your finger with that.
Ooh. Y'all gonna have some beat up brawls. Y'all brawls gonna beat the fuck up. Oh shit. They say, Mark, you tell me what I can do. You can't. You can't. God damn it. Come on, papi.
Ok, voy a tirártelo para ti.
Oh, conmigo?
Sí, un poquito.
Poquito.
Ok.
Okay.
Más bien tengo que subir otro para que dé la vuelta. ¿Otro más?
This is art. The art to this.
Sí, cabe otro. Okay.
Sí.
Okay.
Put it on the first stair so he can lean it back. Boom, because you got to make the turn. So he needed the clearance. You set it on the first stair. Now you're going to tilt it back.
Ok, permítame. Mira, voy a hacer más.
Pivot it. You're going to pivot it on the first stair around. Boom. Tilt it back. Watch the wall.
Okay, it's all yours.
Now he got to squat down. See how steep them stairs, and that's long. Lift up. Now, where the woman going to do this at? Hold on. Stop. Which side the woman going to be on? Miss Henderson, I hope you watching, you and your husband. Which side you going to be on, Miss Henderson? What was it? Not Miss Henderson. What was her name? What was that lady name? Fucking with me. There she go. Miss, they calling me gorgeous. Which side you going to be on? You going to be on the bottom or you going to be on the top? You say you can't take advice from someone who believes because I'm a woman, you can't do it. All right, so cool. Check it out. Which side you going to be on? And which side your husband gonna be on? Which side you gonna be on, and which side your husband gonna be? I'm curious to know.
Me dices. Ready.
You heard the grunt? That's all chest right here. That's chest and forearms on the bottom. Look how tight that is. And he got to keep his balance.
Okay.
Top guy got to go straight up. Ain't no time for stopping because the guy on the bottom. Watch them legs. Watch them legs.
There you go. Dale vuelta ahora sí. Good.
Espérame.
Okay. Para. Espérame, espera.
Watch the wall, pimp.
Espérame. Okay.
Ya. Dale, sácalo.
Miss calling me gorgeous. Which side you taking?
Míranos a nosotros, eh.
You said you can't take advice because I said you can't do it. I want to know which side you gonna be on. I can take either side. It don't make me no never mind. I can get either side.
Así es como se sube un sofá de.
I did a video. Y'all saw me go up 4 flights last year. I can take either side. It don't make me no never mind. It don't make me no never mind. I could do either one. Which side you gonna take though? Let's see what else we can find. We want to find some difficult shit. Because every day and every stop ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same. Every house is different. Every apartment building is different. Let's see. We're gonna look at one more. We're gonna look at one more, and then we're gonna take a few calls. We're gonna look at one more, and then we're gonna take a few calls. What is this? Arcade machine. We want to do water heater. No. Let's go popular. Let's go popular. Let's go popular. Popular should be something real heavy. Y'all want to see a piano? Let's see. A gun safe, you can get that on the final mile route, especially if you're doing something like Dick's Sporting Goods. I've done plenty gun safes. Y'all want to see a gun safe? You want to see a treadmill? You could do that final mile. It ain't got to all be appliances. Let's see. It ain't got to be appliances. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good one. Let's see what this one looking like. Let's see what this one hitting. Hold on. I know y'all can see it.
See these big socks?
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, nah. Hold on. Give me a second. I just saw something. Fuck. Should've. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back. Yeah. Popular. You know what? Let me go to history.
Cuidado con tu ass.
I don't know what the hell they doing.
Te ve bien apretado.
The dollar.
Tío, nomás agarro de acá arriba es todo.
This look like an armoire, but I ain't really feeling this. This some lazy shit right here, but whatever. It's some lazy shit. But look how he doing it. Like, even using a dolly, look what you gotta do. So Miss, they calling me gorgeous. This, I wouldn't recommend anybody do this. Moving Company Hustle, if you here, let me know if this is something you would allow one of your workers to do. But even using a dolly, look what he got to do because look how steep the
Por eso
stairs
es
are.
una zorra arrastrándote de
Look how
cola.
steep the stairs are. I don't recommend this. This is some lazy shit. It's lazy shit. But even
Pues
using
es
a dolly because of how steep the stairs
perrita.
is, look, can you see a
¿Por qué no me
woman?
grabas ahora de mí cómo lo hago yo para que te enseñes cómo, güey? Una perrita,
That's some lazy shit right there.
cola.
This is a it's some lazy shit right here, boy.
Cuidado con tu ass. Que te ve bien apretado. Tío, nomás agarro de acá arriba, es todo.
Puedo acá arriba, güey.
No.
Dame tranquilo, yo voy por abajo ya. Así voy suavecito.
I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. Still waiting on Miss calling me gorgeous or her husband or any woman that feel like, Mark, you telling us what we can't do. And this, y'all come in from time to time when I tell you this. But see, y'all don't know how to do research. Y'all hear me say it and you just take what I'm saying as me telling you you can't do something. The research you doing ain't this. You been out and did a final mile route to see what it's like or jumped on a moving truck to see what it's like? Because clearly you ain't doing the right research on the internet, because I'm sure if you look at some of the videos that I'm pulling up, you might change your mind. And if you still feel froggy, and all y'all women that be coming talking about your husband, me and my husband, he's a fool. I'm calling it what it is. Big Mark said it. That just let me know, because any man, I'm going to say it again, you come telling them this, and they do research, and they see this, and they gin for it, caduce. You dig what I'm saying? It just let me know you a yes man. You ain't no real nigga. you bro ain't really looking like dude, but you did was yo, what up?
This is Call Me Gorgeous Sage, okay? This is Call Me Gorgeous Sage. Well, first of all, I'd like to say when you started the show, you said, I see that we have a lot of women in here. Shout out to Sage. And so I thought I'd call in as Call Me Gorgeous Sage and tell you I can do any job a man can do, but better. What do you think?
I feel the joke. I just don't think it's funny.
Listen, it's not supposed to be funny. I was hurt. My feelings were hurt. I was a part of the Me Too movement, and my feelings were hurt.
Oh, you are a part of that movement, aren't you?
Listen,
you did go for Kamala, didn't you?
I've got an older home with a narrow ass staircase, and like it's no joke. I have tried to move stuff with my wife, like that we had to move because there was no one else here. She is still in pain now from doing something to her sciatic nerve or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And now she walks around and out of nowhere, she'll get like back pain and she'll be crippled. This is not something I would want my wife to do. Like I didn't want her have to move a pellet stove, you know what I mean, upstairs, but we had to do it. We had to get the pellet stove upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I have no friends out here because I'm in witness protection,
Mm-hmm.
but I wish I could have had somebody other than her. I don't know why anybody would want to do this with their wife. It is not an easy thing to do. And I've moved myself quite a few times, even in the military, when they move you and stuff. So I would move I hate moving. So it's not something that, and then what are they going to do if they dive into it and she's like, oh, this isn't what I expected. I don't want to do this anymore. Then what?
I mean, they just move on. I like, this isn't the first woman that's come across my content and was watching and then heard me say that and then just come read me my rights. I've had it happen doing live streams. I've had it happen when people watch videos, replays. It happens all the time. But you know, it just goes back to what I was talking about earlier in the week. People are delusional. Yeah. You got a lot of people in here are la land. They don't want to work, so they're looking for things that they can do and start their own business. Low barrier to entry. And, you know, the ones who don't want to go over the road, they say, well, we can deliver furniture. And they think that they physically can do it. And there's no one really telling them they can't. Even their own husband isn't telling them they can't. That's why when you look at her, notice she put emphasis, because we're in a society now where you got women empowerment, which I'm all for women empowerment and shit like that. But there's just certain things that they're not capable of doing. Their bodies aren't designed to do, that we were created by God to do. So when you have people that come across the content and you have a person who's done this, who has, given you the reality of this, and has even given you the reality down to my injuries and my ailments because of this. The money is one thing, but there's a flip side of the money.
Yeah.
It's the labor, right? And then you because women are emotional, so when they hear can't in this society, they can't help themselves. You got a lot of dudes that can't help themselves. They come in the comments with these long soliloquies and shit. But women aren't exempt from accountability. And when they think they can do something, sometimes they're just so Me Too movement that they just lose touch with reality. And that's why when she wrote this, notice she capitalized woman and my.
Yeah. Woman.
Starting business with my husband is my idea. So woman and my capitalized, that lets me know everything about that dynamic.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
Bro,
I'm not the type of person that is going to sit up here and, even because you're a woman, just coddle you and be like, no, my stance is going to be the same. I'm just going to support my stance with even more facts, and then I'm going to show it to you in real time. I'm going to explain to you the negative side of this. It's not all peaches and creams as far as the money. There's a negative side on it too, which is the labor aspect.
Right. And it's not even some of the things you don't think about that people don't think of. Like, my wife has a difficult time. Like, she can't walk backwards and carry something like that. You know what I mean? She's not. So I have to. I'm the one that walks backwards. She walks forwards when we carry stuff. So it's even things like that you don't even think about until you're in this situation. That it's like, it's not an easy job. That's not an easy job. It's, if people just think, oh yeah, all you gotta do is move this furniture in there. It's really easy. We'll make all this money. No, wrong. Negative goes. And I just wish people would actually think about, because these are the people that are going to jump in. They're going to buy a truck. They're going to buy insurance. They're going to get out there. They're going to be like, oh, darn it. We just dropped our first fridge. Now what? I don't know. I don't think they can, to be honest. And, I mean, some women, obviously, but if you're going to go with the average, I just don't think it's something that you should be basing your business model on, my opinion. And that comes from,
go ahead.
Call me Gorgeous Sage. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear you. I was talking over you. What'd you say?
No, I said that comes from Call Me Gorgeous Sage. So I got to know what I'm talking about with a name like that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I've been dealing with this since I started creating content. It's always, whenever I get to Final Mile and a woman can't do it, there's always one woman or two that just get offended. They'll watch the content, but then when this part comes up, they have to let me know they're not going to watch me anymore. And I'm okay with that. And then they come back. I know MD was one that came back. I haven't seen her in a while, but I told her she needed to. I told her she needed to get a man, and then she stopped watching, and she came back some months later and told me I was right. Like, I just, I don't know. Like, and then why would you even want your woman to, like, even if you tried to do it with your wife or your woman, why would you want? Why? Your woman can't look too good. She can't look good. She can't. She gotta be Bodine. She has to be. In order for you to even consider it, on top of the fact of being a weak individual as a man, she can't look too good. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, she can't.
I
Because if she was cold, you wouldn't even consider it.
yeah.
If
I
she
wasn't
was
gonna say
cold,
it.
you wouldn't even consider it.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Hell no, bro. Like, I don't know.
All right, brother. I'll let these guys. They got to call in though. They really need to call in. I think, and if they're watching, I hope they're
They're
watching.
not
So
gonna
they at least
call in
call
because how? Here's the thing: when you
Yeah.
when you speaking from ignorance, based on how you feel, and somebody telling you can't do it, and then I come up and I do a lecture and I hit points, you can't. How you gonna argue it?
Right.
How you
Well, let
gonna
me jump
argue
off.
it?
Let's see if they call in. Let's see if they call in. Call in, please.
Yep,
We'll be
we'll
respectful.
see. I'm
We'll be
here.
respectful.
Okay.
Hang up on me.
Yeah.
Where's my thing?
Phone number 312-772-5483. We're gonna look for another difficult one. I want to know. I still ain't seen it yet. I Googled it. I went to YouTube and typed woman do. I still ain't seen it. I ain't seen it in real life. I ain't seen it on the internet. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it. Let's see. We waiting 312-772-5483. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it, Charlie.
Okay, today we're gonna show you how to move a glass curium
See what they
heavy
doing with this.
cabinet up where we wrap the piece of furniture, but you will see in a minute. So we inspect the way to go up and then prepare everything so nothing is on the way to when we move this glass curium cabinet upstairs, okay?
Oh no.
And this is a 7 tall at least because I'm 5'5", and you can see how big.
So this curio cabinet, armoire, buffet, whatever you want to call it, really, really difficult. You always hear me talk about, armoires and buffets. This is something that you have to map out. This is, the last one I did. That's what just took the shoulder on the way out. What they're doing is what anybody that's in this profession is going to do when you deal with this piece going upstairs. You have people have these pieces that still have vintage furniture. Like obviously this home, you can tell I call it vintage now because this is the way this home is decorated. It's like still 2000s decoration. You got curio cabinet, you got pictures, and this is an older person's home, so they still have these in their bedroom. They'll put their TV in it. They have drawers where they can put their clothes and stuff behind it. It's not something that a Gen Z would buy or later millennial. It's something that a boomer would have or a older to mid Gen Xer in their home.
Big it is. It's a big monster. Okay,
They're all at
and
least 6,
that's
7
it.
feet tall. So level of that makes it more difficult. No, listen, that woman, Miss Call Me Gorgeous. Either way you want to get it, I can give it to you. We can give you appliances, we can give you furniture. You don't know what's going to be on the route when you get to the dock in the morning. You don't know what people bought. You don't know what style home they have.
Nos cubre su aseguranza.
Sí.
Now they using forearm straps. Keyword, forearm strap. So the weight is on your forearm. Miss Calling Me Gorgeous. This thing is heavy. See how far they had to get down? They got a kid 7 feet tall. Pay attention.
Okay. Right, so this is the way we do it. I prefer using the straps, but you can see this guy prefer use by hand. So it's up to you guys. I always prefer work smart, not hard, right?
Now this is difficult. He has tilted because he's on the incline. So all that weight is on Buddy's shoulder and on his
Who's
on his
best,
hands.
you know? It's
When I talk about fingers,
so we need.
when I talk about carpal tunnel under the fingers, the weight is on his shoulder, but he also it's on his hands. He's squeezing it at the bottom, so all that weight is sitting there too.
You need to have a leader that's gonna guide you through the path. Okay, that's it. Just like this.
Now look, that's a lot of back.
Okay, you think that was all? No, not yet. We're not done yet. So we had to move it into the room. So but it's not gonna fit like this. So now we had to let it down, okay? Like sideways. Because it's too tall, too high, so it won't go through the door. So now we had to use a different method, okay? I'm just teaching this guy how to do it. All right, so we're gonna do using the straps. Always the best way to do it.
So they're gonna put the strap under there. They're gonna use one hand to guide it, and they're gonna let the weight on the strap.
Smart, not
so
harder,
this goes back to what I'm talking about. Your hands. That's a lot of squeeze and a lot of weight on your hands. This is how you could get carpal tunnel. Calling me gorgeous. Any other woman out there?
You're gonna work hard. I mean, that's okay. It's just work out for you, okay?
And he's saying straps work hard, not smart. You're gonna be in situations where your time constrained. There's plenty of situations where you can use different techniques to do different things. Some techniques may lighten the load, but they may be more time. You know, it may take more time. Certain guys that are more professional, is in certain situations where I'm just like, fuck it, let's just lift it. Yeah, it's more physical, but we're able to do it quicker. So it may be a situation where we can just carry something, or we could actually use the straps. If I'm in a situation where I'm like, man, fuck it, let's just get this shit over with. I don't got time to put the straps on. We can like carry this. We're experienced. We can carry this without making no mistakes. We're veterans. Fuck it, let's just get it. Situations like that where you'll work harder to save time. It all depends on the day. It depends on where you're at in the day. It depends on if you're trying to make up for lost time. It depends on if you're just trying to get something done. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, so now we're gonna put it like this way. Simple as that. Remember, it has glass all around and on the bottom, on top and sides.
Now, this is all forearms.
The strap technique, like that, simple like that, all right?
This is forearms and upper body. Now, like I said, older person's bedroom, I don't know why you need all this shit in your bedroom. I told you it was an older person's bedroom. They still got a tube TV in there. But I tell you, even with me I have never seen this video. This is just experience. Once you've been in so many persons' home, as soon as you walk into the house, you already know what you up against. A newer person, a newer model home, more minimalist. People nowadays that have more modern homes, up-to-date decorations, it's minimal. People whose homes are still 2000-ish, 90-ish, they got fucking end tables, fucking cocktail table, end table lamps, fucking goddamn it, curio cabinets, just a dining room table with the leaf in it, 6 chairs, 8 chairs, a buffet china cabinet, 2-piece china cabinet. So.
Ahí está. Adiós.
Adiós, amigos. Adiós. Adiós. All right. All right. Excuse me. All right. Should we look at one more while we waiting on somebody to call? I want somebody to call. Is this a piano? Let's see. All right. 312-772-5483. All right, I'm done looking at videos. I think I proved my point. So let me go through these comments here. Make sure I don't have any detractors that I need to call out. Let me see. Shout out to Kelvin. They say it's quiet in here. It's crickets. I don't know, man. It's crickets. They mad at Big Mark. Big Mark says you can't do it, and they got mad. We got another one that said, man, I ain't gonna watch you no more. All right, well, don't. Don't. Crazy lady. Crazy lady. Let's see. He said your husband don't love you if you're doing this type of work. Man. You said I got special dollies. A lot of those dollies, what about the turns, though? See, that's the thing. What about the turn? Those dollies work in certain situations, and certain people aren't going to invest. Those are $3,000-$4,000 dollies, last I checked. You know, a lot of people ain't going to invest in a $3,000-$4,000 dolly. And then what about the turns? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Tahid is a constant watcher of the channel. Listen, all you constant watchers of the channel, I appreciate you, but you're not exempt from this accountability. I lose subscribers all the time, like just Miss Gorgeous, because I'm telling you the real. Like, why do y'all want people to lie to you, bro? I broke it down to you from an anatomy perspective, and it's just like I say this all the time. Notice it's a trend. I've been doing this long enough, and I know it's a trend on the OTR side. When you hear these guys call in and they be like, man, you know, my wife, I say, your wife work? No, she don't work. She gonna be the dispatcher. So she gonna be the dispatcher. Yeah, we just, you know, I'm just tired of working, Mark. I just want to do it for myself. You know, we can make some more money, man. And you know, my wife at home. Notice how I always point out that the wife is at home not working and she gonna be the dispatcher. It's the same on this side when the women get upset with me and I tell them they can't do final mile and household goods moving. It's always their husband. It's always my husband. Me and my husband gonna do it. Like a deuce. His woman brought him the idea of final mile, and some few other people done called up over the years, and they all get mad. Caduce's wife is mad. She don't like me. Caduce got to sneak and watch me. Caduce got to sneak and watch me. He got to sneak in the Discord and be quiet. Man, my wife she in the van, so I'm just listening. When his wife, we know in the Discord when his wife in the van because he don't say nothing. Caduce talk, but when we know when his wife in the van because he be in there, but he be quiet because his wife don't like me for this same reason, and they failed at it. Don't be mad at me because you failed. You failed. I told you was gonna fail because I told you can't do it. Now, you want me to sit up here and tell you because you a woman that you can do it? You can do it. I was watching, what's that one girl that do the trucking Coco? You see all the people that be in her comment section telling all this shit because they, in their mind, deep down in their mind somewhere, they gonna get lucky one day and she gonna respond to one of them and tell them to DM her or something. So they got this hope in their mind. See me, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't give a fuck what man and woman. I'm like, ain't no, like, you ain't exempt from the accountability. So, Mr. He, I appreciate you. But I ain't underestimating her. Because Mr. He, Tawheed, Akbar, you look like you a woman. Let me ask you this, Mrs. Akbar. Could you do this? Would you do this? Do you think you can honestly, from based off what I've explained and what I've shown, do you honestly think you can do this? We got to get out of this mindset that society and social media has put y'all in that, nah, it's just certain things that just, not only would you want, like, why would you even want to do it? So I'm sorry, Miss Akbar. We ain't G'ing for it over here. We ain't G'ing for it. Okay, here we go. Tashi, can you give advice and insight? I just gave you advice. Where is the condescending and the degradation and attitude? Where is the degradation? The degradation and the condescending. Where? I just broke it down from a biological and an anatomy perspective. Facts. I gave you facts. Then we watch real life case studies. So, with facts from a biological and an anatomy perspective, everything I did, I was a comparison analysis. I didn't disrespect you. It's facts. We showed you. You see the difficulty. And these are men. Where is the degradation and the condescending? Mr. She, you still here? The phone number is 312-772-5483. Now, if you can't take the jokes, then this ain't the channel for you, because we're going to have our jokes. We're going to have our jokes. When I said, listen, if you a man and you like your woman, she can't be looking too good, I'm serious, but I'm joking. It's a joke, but I'm serious. You dig what I'm saying? Because ain't no motherfucking way in the world. I'm a man. I don't even want my chick taking out the garbage. So this is where we at in society. Women don't want it. They not used to a man saying, no, I'm going to do it. No, I don't want you doing that. I come on my mama house, man, no. I don't need you doing that. Don't let me catch you doing this. Don't let me catch you doing that. See, that's the problem. You take a person, because this is the way things used to be. Nah, that ain't for you. I got it. Nah, we not doing that. You take it as condescending and degradation. It's not. You taking me being firm in my stance on unknowing. And I'm not telling you this from just telling you. I'm telling you this from experience. Three 312-772-5483. Come on, Tashi. 999. What is it to it? I gave you the advice. How do you want me to advise you as a woman how to lift a 400-pound refrigerator on your back with your shoulders? Tell me how you expect me to advise you how to do it. We just showed you how to do it. Would I recommend you doing it? No. The likelihood of you succeeding at it is low. So my advice is don't do it. My advice is don't do it. Like, I can't give you a magical way as a woman to do it. That's my advice. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's my advice. I don't care if you like me or you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like me because of what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is real. Biologically, anatomy, real life case studies. Miss Tashi. Tashi. Hold on, I hope, is Tashi still here? Is she still here? She probably ain't here no more. She probably left. Tashi.
Ahí va bien, güey. Dale.
She still here? She gonna call in?
Thank you, thank you.
Una. Una, papi. Una. Man, we gonna be here. We gonna be here. We gonna give you some about 15, 20 more minutes to get it together, build up your nerve to call and cuss me out. We're gonna give you about 15 more minutes to build up your nerve.
Listón.
Una. Ever since I heard them say una, it's been stuck in my head. Mm-mm-mm. Three 312-772-5483. 5483. All right, let's see what else we can find. Let's see if we can find us a good one. Today ain't the day where you gonna call, listen, and watch, and you gonna get like, nah. Because it's funny when I'm holding the guys accountable, but when I hold y'all accountable for believing this being delusional, you get upset. Nah. It worked two ways. And I ain't told you nothing wrong. I'm not sitting up here lying to you. You know what? I got $5,000 right now. I want to see a woman and her husband carry up a refrigerator, a French door. I have to be there and witness it. Up 3 flights of stairs. Tight turn, not a wide hallway. Tight turn, 3 flights, straight up. I want to be there and witness it. I want to be there and witness it. Three 312-772-5483. Phone line is open. She said, give advice and insight. I'm giving you advice and insight. Now come tell me where I'm being condescending and degradation. Come explain to me where. I want to know. Tell me how I'm being condescending. I'm open for the conversation. Is it gonna be the same if we out somewhere and somebody come and they try to hurt everybody? You gonna want the men to step up or y'all gonna step up? Let me know which one is gonna be. Which roles is gonna play the protector? Who's gonna go out and do all the heavy lifting? So it's the heavy lifting is fine then, and it's fine now, but you can do this. You can think you can do this. I'm trying to figure out why, how, and how come we haven't seen it yet. How come we haven't seen it yet? This is 2026. While I'm waiting on y'all to call up, I'm scrolling. I still haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in real life. I haven't seen it on the internet. In 2026, with billions of pieces of content, I'm still scrolling. This ain't red pill. This real pill. It's real pill. It's just your day today. Today is your day. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm still scrolling. I can't find a goddamn woman mover final mile piece of content to save my life. I'm still searching. Still searching. Let me change my search. Una. 312-772-5483.
Okay.
I don't know why y'all do this down in Texas, man. I don't like this technique. To me, this is. Let me see. Why is it not?
This fridge upstairs, but first of all, we need to grab our tool.
Hold on. Oh, there you go. All right, I got it. Hold on, let's fast forward. We're gonna see if cause what's her name? Tashi and Akbar, they got a little the critics were telling me whatever they said. Hold on. We're gonna see. I want to see which side they will be able to do. This moving, this final mile, this is a trucking channel. This is not this ain't goddamn it, I'm not the lead attorney. This ain't red pill content, but they get a little rough over there. This is trucking. Trucking is just rough. All aspects of trucking is rough. This is the conversation over here. This is real, uncut, unfiltered, unedited. This is what it is. And first of all, this is what it is in this space. You want me to dumb down the conversation because everything that I expected that's happening from the demographic I expected it to happen from in the chat, I already knew it was going to be some Tashis and some Akbars in the chat. I knew it. I knew it was going to trigger you. This is why I gave a trigger warning at the beginning. It's okay when I do it to the guys, but it's not okay when I put y'all in y'all place because y'all be delusional too sometimes when it comes to this shit. Nah. What type of person would I be? Mark, you don't be like that. You let the women think they can do this. No. We don't work like that. I don't like this shit. What they doing? I don't like it. The stairs are still, but still the level of difficulty is tough. So where you gonna be at? You gonna pull the 350 pounds from the top? You got enough. You don't think you gonna pull your shoulder out pulling it, or you gonna lift at the bottom? Which side you gonna be on? You want me to give you a plan on how to do it? I can't. I'm not God. I didn't design anatomy. I didn't do biology. I didn't create man and woman. So I can't. The insight is preventing y'all from making the foolish decision. The insight is preventing y'all, is trying to prevent
Espérame. Vámonos. Okay.
So I don't recommend this, but even with a dolly, the reason I don't recommend it because you tearing shit up. This is some lazy shit. You dig what I'm saying? But even with the dolly, this is a strong man. You can see it. You can hear it in every grunt. You want me to advise you and give you insight on how you can do it. You can't.
Vámonos.
Look at his face. Each time he pulls.
Oh. La cámara. Lo haces por un lado, güey, espérate.
Now this guy got to put his shoulder in. Tashi, you gonna put your shoulder under there? Okay.
There you go. ¿Me paseo?
All right.
Escucho. Espérame ahí, güey. Vámonos. 1, 2, 3.
Vámonos. Vámonos. Underlay.
Espérame ahí. Ok, dale. ¿Listo? Ya. 1, 2, 3.
Go.
¿Listo? Yep.
Go. I do not recommend this, but even still for educational purposes, even with a dolly, look how difficult.
No, ahí que baje ya con el diablo, ten. Bájalo, güey. Y no me les tiras un poquito, yo quiero agarrar, güey.
So, any more detractors? Okay. Let me see. I'm going through the comments now because I wasn't paying attention when I was cooking. He said, "Dream work, teamwork make the dream work." Sure. All right. Let's see. They got quiet now, so I guess we lost them. They don't support the channel no more. I'm cool with that. Listen, I'm cool with people when they get upset for me telling them the truth. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I'm really cool with that. I don't care. I'm cool with that. So my stance is still the same. I'm not wavering it. I'm not wavering my verbiage. I'm saying this from a person who's done it. I'm saying a person who has done it successfully, who understands doing it successfully the correct way, understanding that you're going to be in situations where your body is going to have to twist and turn and overextend in situations that it's not designed to do. I understand the anatomy from a man and a woman. And by doing it, I 100% my stance is the same. Now, on the flip coin, as a man, because a lot of these women come with this whole situation with my husband, as a man that deals with women, I wouldn't want my woman to do it. My woman, my wife, my baby mama, nothing. Because I know what my body has gone through. So from that aspect and the anatomy, physical aspect, my stance is the same. So if you want fluff, you're not gonna get it here. You're not gonna get it here, not on this channel. You're gonna get the real deal. Three 312. The line is still open. We got a few more minutes. We're going to 3:15. 3:15 and I'm out. You say, I know it's most women who call in get triggered emotionally by the end of the call and take things very personal versus the men who call in. Mark gives harsh advice. The guys just take it and learn. Good observation. Every time we have a topic where, like this topic comes up, it doesn't come up often, but I only bring this up when someone goes to the extreme of, I guess, reading me my rights because they don't fully understand what it entails. And then we have the conversation about it. I never waver. I told my chick that I was going to have this topic. She's watching. She's probably laughing. Pippi, she's a woman. She tells women all the time. You tell them the truth. They're not used to it nowadays. They're used to yes. But then when we look at certain industries, we don't see them. I've never seen a woman on a roof. Never seen a woman on a roof. I think a lot of the industries that women have come into now, where you see a lot of women in that you didn't see a lot of women in back in the day, is because those industries they can transition into and it's not that much labor. So I see more women garbage men now. I see a lot of women delivery people, FedEx, UPS. And granted, I've had to go downstairs and help some of my UPS delivery drivers. I had to help my UPS delivery driver bring in my mark sign, and my mark sign ain't even that heavy. It was just awkward because it came in a big cushion padded box and she couldn't physically do like this. Whereas I can do like this and stretch my arms wide and my shoulders are strong enough to do a wide carry, a woman's shoulder structure isn't. She can lift like this, but like this, no. And carry heavier weight this wide. The closer you carry heavier weight with your shoulders, you can utilize more muscles. You can utilize more of your muscles. The wider it is, the less of this you're using, the more of this you're using. This sign right here, I had to help the UPS lady bring it in. It was delivered whenever it was delivered last month. Because it came in a huge box. I've never had the UPS people have the same access to the building like the Amazon people, like the FedEx people. It's 2025. They got access to the building. They got their own code. No, as much as I get delivered, no UPS guys ever asked me to come down to help them. I bought an e-bike, 100-pound e-bike. Once you add the cushions and the box and everything inside, it's probably more than 100 pounds. I got a notification that it was downstairs. The delivery guy didn't say, hey, can you come help me get this heavy ass e-bike off the truck? I got a notification, FedEx delivery. I knew my bike was coming that day. But even with UPS and FedEx, the ratio of larger, like you're going to have larger packages, but you're going to have a lot of small packages. And then you got a mag liner. So it's different than, coming into an industry where every single piece, for the most part, is hundreds of pounds. And you're doing this multiple times a day and you're making obstacles. A person who's delivering, like say a woman, UPS, FedEx, they're dropping it at the door. They put it on the mag liner, they wheel it in, they drop it at the door. They don't got to maneuver the shit. Construction. You see them flagging. You don't see them in the field. You see them flagging on the side. Now, why? Because a lot of the stuff that you see in the field with the tire irons and all that heavy shit that you see these guys lugging and throwing over their shoulders is heavy, and physically it can't do it. That's why they have them flagging. They hold a flag and they say, slow down. It's just now society says that we can't say that. We can't say that, yo, you can do construction, but you can't do this part of construction. You just got to say you can do construction. Then when they get in construction, you just say, all right, we just need you to hold this sign that say slow. We can't go to the extent of saying, no, we need you. See that stack of blocks, and each block is 100 pounds. We need you to physically unload each block. It's about 300 of them, and unload each block that's 100 pounds, one by one, and take it and carry it over there and restack it. We know you can't do it, but we can't say you can't do it because society says so. Fuck out of here, bro. So I think a lot of the things that we see more women doing now, they're doing. But I still haven't seen a woman do moving. I still haven't seen a woman on the roof. Who you think carrying all them shingles up there? Yeah, they got hoist and shit to do it now, but you got some companies that's still doing that shit manually. It's quiet in here. I'm out of here at 3:15, bro. I'm not expecting nobody to call. Once you started saying that, Mark, I started paying attention to who hopped into and out of them FedEx trucks, and it's usually a woman, but I also see them struggling with certain things. I see them all the time struggling. Listen, facts is facts. It's just society now says that we can't say it no more. We can't say that, hey, I saw you with them boxes and you were struggling. You can't say it. You just got to see it and don't see it. You got to know it, but then don't know it. Nah, bro, I'm not part of that. I'm a part of the straightforward, honest. Yo, you ain't doing it. You can't do it. Because it's not illegal. It's not illegal to say, yo, you can't do that. You shouldn't be doing that. That's not for you. And I'm saying it from a person who wouldn't allow any woman they know to do that shit. Yo, if I know a woman and they get down to the point where it's just getting fucked up and this, they turning and they thinking like this, man, you ain't doing that. What you need? You ain't doing that. I'm not going to let you even attempt, set yourself up for failure because we already know what it's going to be. You can't do it. So if you go try that first day, it's going to be a waste of a first day because you're going to quit. And then what if you injure yourself that first day? What if you slip? What if you fall thinking you can do it? Nah, we're not even going to play those types of games. You can't even open a jar. Man, can you open this jar? Yeah, sure. Showed you the carpal tunnel you get from doing this shit, from steady going upstairs with like this. And you got a dresser, you at the bottom, and that fucking edge of that dresser sitting on your fingers, sitting right there. That's why this shit like that. If you pay attention to my streams and you've been watching me long enough, you'll see me do this and you'll see me do this. If you've been watching me for years, you'll see me do this from time to time and you'll see me do this. But then you'll come into my comment section and ask me to not be condescending or give you advice. How do you want me to give you advice on using your body to lift hundreds of pounds when I'm telling you you can't? So go do it. Go do it. My chick ain't gonna never have to do no crazy shit like that. I tell you that much though. Over here, we keep things real. We don't sugarcoat nothing. Masculinity. I ain't got shit else to talk. A few more minutes, then I'm done. I'm waiting on somebody to call. 312-772-5483. Line's still open. So we done lost a few people today. Akbar was one of the main supporters. Listen, we can't, main supporter or not, if you allow the conversation, you get that caught up in the conversation to the point where it offends you. And we're not talking about nothing negative. We're not talking about no illegal things. We're talking about the anatomy of a man and a woman, the physicality of a specific industry, and we're dealing with facts, and we're looking at real case studies in real time. That further proves what I'm talking about, because you can't let your emotions get involved. Sometimes you have to take your emotions out the situation and just listen to logic. Why would you want to be beat the fuck up every day? You hear how those women, when one video was watching, how they was turning them women on, that they seeing them men lifting and, ooh, look at the men. So flip it on the flip coin. You a man, you got your wife, you out there with your wife. Like, how you feel? How you feel, bro? But I guess this is the condescending part, because I'm going to keep it a buck with you. What's known don't need to be explained. We know who running shit at home. But Mark, you can advise without being condescending. No, I can advise with telling you the truth. That's the same motherfucker who leaning in the seat while you pumping the gas. That's the same motherfucker who leaning on the passenger side when the tire get blown out because he don't know how to change the tire and waiting an hour on AAA when he could go change the tire. We talking about the same type of person. I done pulled in the gas station plenty of times and following them. Old girl got out her Nissan Altima and she pumping the gas and I see following them in the seat, texting on the scrolling on the phone. He in the seat, linked back all the way in the passenger seat, front seat linked all the way back to the back seat, and she pumping the gas. This the same type of individual we talking about that's going to sit up there when you come to them with that idea, and they just going to G for it like that. I don't even sit in this chair lean back. I can lean back, keep it locked. Nigga, I got my posture. I got to make sure my posture stay. That's why I sit straight up in the chair. All right. Phone line closed. Phone line closed. Ooh, we lost us some subscribers today, boy. I told you they was gonna be upset. We to Akbar, she gone. Akbar gone. Tashi gone. Calling me gorgeous gone. Turn the phone line off. Listen, sorry. I can't sit up here and coddle you because I want you to remain a subscriber. If subscribers count meant really like, if it was really like, then I would just sit up here and I don't want to piss you off because I want you to continue to subscribe. Nah, bro, we not worried about that. We not worried about that. The only thing we gonna do is tell you the truth. All right. You said because they haven't had somebody talk to them in that manner, so now they're listening because it's foreign and it's hurting their feelings. Oh, Box Truck Tone agree. Box Truck Tone agree. We got one that's in agreement. We know Pippi agree. We got two. One day I'm gonna try to come up here and lie to y'all. I'm gonna try. Y'all want me to come up here and lie to y'all one day? Y'all want me to tell you what you want to hear? I tell my chick shit all the time. And you know what? Strong black woman. Strong. S-C-R-O-N-G. Strong. Not strong. Strong black woman. And even at the beginning, sometimes she still had to figure shit out on her own. To the point now she just know, listen, I'm an experienced person, right? It's just certain things you just need to listen. And you're right. They not used to hearing that shit. And I have a knockdown battle too. But I know in situations like that, I'm not wrong. And I know we in a society now where the roles have shifted in relationship. I just don't talk about it because it's not that type of channel. It ain't red pill. But I see the roles have shifted. The woman, especially in our community, has in most cases become the head of the household because of things that have happened. Not gonna go into that topic, to put them in position, especially from the earning perspective, right? Work perspective. And because of that, the dynamic shifting in the household because of how society has pushed them into specific and certain roles. And with those certain roles have come more pay, and they've been able to make more for the first time in specific households than their counterpart. It has come with and we're not talking about man as the counterpart. We talking about a guy who may be out there and he may be a bus driver, or he may be a bus driver, or he may be a school teacher, or he may be he may just work a job as a plumber or an electrician. He works for a company and he's making decent money, but she's the director of children and family services. She's the director of health and wellness, or she's the director of this. The black woman has gotten boosted into a lot of good positions because of society, the government, DEI. And that's a good thing, but that has changed the dynamic at home. So now you see a lot of yes men. So then when they come across a situation, I had a chick that I was dating in the early 2010s. And she was real kind of bossy a little bit, but I'm hitting about ready to hit my peak. Y'all, I told the story before, but I never told you this. When I first started dating, I noticed she was really, really, she wanted to take charge a lot, and I just wasn't with it. And then the more I get to know her boyfriend before me, he drove the bus. He worked for CTA. And she told me, yeah, well, my ex, his checks, he get his checks direct deposit into my account. This is why you the way. Because the previous nigga pretty much let you run shit. He direct deposit his check from CTA into your account. She was corporate at Xfinity. So she was corporate here in Xfinity out in Oak Brook. And he drove for the Chicago Transit Authority. His checks would get direct deposit into her account, so she controlled the whole situation. She made more money than him, and she managed the money that he was making. So now if she ran him into the ground, he couldn't really control her because she was already a strong black woman. And once that was over with, we dating, and I'm straight. You can't do me like you did him. My bread longer than yours. You make a good money, but you don't make more than me. And even if I made less, I still wouldn't let you dictate certain parts of the relationship that a man should. It's leadership. It's a hierarchy. And eventually she I don't want to say fell in line, but she understood that this situation, you ain't getting that with me. I'm not. You crazy? But over time, men, and I don't know if this is in other ethnicities. I can't speak for other ethnicities. I don't have any white friends. I don't have any, like most of my people I know are black. And out of all the people I know, I'm just running people right now, like couples that live together, married or non-married. And as I'm going through them, and I'm not talking about couples that's the woman working and the guy man. I'm talking about both parties working, careers. I'm going through them in my mind, and the woman is more in a better job situation. And as I'm going through them, they running shit in the relationship. One of my best friends, he running shit. He got more bread. I got another homie. He dictating shit. But he the breadwinner. But the situations where she the breadwinner, I'm going through my head now. That situation they dictate. So we see more of that than the other way around nowadays. Long are the days where the man went to work and took care of a whole household. Long are the days where the man had a job, and if the woman did have a job, the job wasn't comparable from a pay perspective as the man. Society did this shit purposely. It did it purposely. We're not gonna go there. I'm just expounding on what Chucky said, because some people have to understand how we got to this point. So it's rare when you have an individual who can speak confidently, because there's not too many men that we see, especially from our community, no more, because of things that have happened. We don't really see that many leaders, men leaders in our community anymore. We don't see a lot of men dictating. So when a man does step up and he says something, he's firm, women ain't heard that in a while, and they get offended. That's all that is. If Sage is watching, Sage, when I say like white friends, I'm talking about like people like I know in real life that have come up with me, around. Like I don't have like, oh, I know, Johnny, we went to school together. That's not the case. I don't know Johnny, and we went to school together 25, 30 years ago, and we just still good friends to this day. Or Eric Simkowski, or or Alexi Lancaster, or fucking I can't even think of any white names. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of a good white name, dude. Like Chud, fucking Chud. What's a good white name, bro? I can't even think of one off the cusp. I'm off the cusp with a lot of my jokes, and I just can't think of a good, wholesome American white name. Can somebody give me a wholesome white name? Jonathan, give me a good last name. Tom, give me a good last name. Give me a good Polish last name. Something with a ski. God, Keith Mueller. Keith Muller. Yeah, Keith Muller. I don't know no Keith Mullers. Now, I know Jaquarius's and Man-Mans and John Tavius and Marquez's and and fucking Devontae's and goddamn uh, Martez and shit like that. That's what I know. Shit. So yeah. Polinsky and shit. I don't know. I don't know those people, bro. I can't call my good pal Rob Polinsky and Paul Saritsky. I don't know these people. I didn't grow up. I grew up in black neighborhoods, all black neighborhoods, black and Hispanic neighborhoods. Now I know some John Taviuses. I know some Jose's. I know about 2-3 Jose's. I know some Jamies, some Jaimes. I know a Hector. I had a Hector work for me. I know some Edwins. Had an Edwin work for me. I know some Luises. I know majority black and brown. I didn't grow up around too many white folks. When we moved over east, it was still a few white people that lived in the community because when over east side Chicago, way back in the day, it was mostly Polish. Now it's black and Hispanic. The only few white people when we moved over east back in 92 was the white people, older white people who had been there for was a lady next door. It was white. Her name, she passed in the mid 2000s. She had been living there 50 years when the shit was all Polish. And her house, she raised her kids in that house, and she just was too old. She wasn't selling that house. She wasn't moving. So as the neighborhood gentrified and black and Hispanics moved in, she just never moved out. And she became the minority. There was some Polish people that lived across the street. We moved in 92. By the mid 2000s, they had died. That was it. So I ain't finna sit up here and tell you what you want to hear. I'm not finna switch up because your feelings gonna get hurt because I told you the truth. This guy, he said, don't sell yourself short with final mile. Okay. Yeah, all right. We ain't gonna go back and forth with him. We ain't gonna go back and forth. He already told on himself earlier. He going downstairs. So listen, he gonna do whatever he got to do to get to a bag. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you. If it came down to it and he had to get to it to go get to that mugger, he gonna go do it. Just because he told me he would go downstairs, that gave me a little hope. He gonna go get to a bag. If he gotta go pick some shit up and move it around, he gonna go do it. So don't listen to this. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. I didn't call up because my story and the way I started off was rough as hell, but overall I still had to learn the hard way. Plenty of fails, pinched nerves, and tight spaces, but I also she had to learn out the hard way. She had to learn the hard way. Pippi said, I enjoy my role in the household. If it's heavy, I don't lift it. If times get hard, I don't worry. If I don't want to do anything, I say my husband said I can't do it, whether he said it or not. Pippi is enjoying her role, her role in femininity. Pippi is enjoying her role in femininity. Yeah, shortly afterwards. I told the story. She tried to come back. Nah. Wasn't the same. I ask men for help all the time. Thanks for all the real men out there, regardless of me being a stud. I see a lot of men help of service towards certain women, but I appreciate the real ones. So you saying it was times when you was out there trying to do it, you had to ask for help, right? So let me ask you this, and this is for conversation. Who can we ask? And this is, and I'm glad you're saying this. I'm glad you're being honest, but this just coming, you a woman, this just proves my point. If I hire a company to do something for me and you can't do it and you're looking for help, I hired you to do it. So who can we go to ask for help? We can't. We have to be Superman. So this proves my point. You can't do it. If you're hired to do a job, a business, and you can't do it, see, we can't say, yo, we can't do it. Man, this shit too heavy, man. What we gonna do? Well, the customer gonna be, that's why I hired you. Because I could have went to U-Haul and did it myself. I could have went to U-Haul, rented a truck, and went to the distribution center for the couch or the refrigerator I ordered from Home Depot and picked it up myself from the DC. But I'd rather just pay the delivery fee because I don't want to be putting on that strain. So now you start this company and it's heavy. What you gonna do? Somebody posted this in the Discord. And I'm gonna get out of here. And I'm not saying that you know this lane. I actually go do it. But you run into situations like this. You run into situations like this. Oh fuck, bro! Why is this not showing up? Let me see something. I pulled it up. Let's see. Social media. You She finna throw her back out. And she in shape. You could tell she work out. She ain't got no stomach. You could tell her glutes is shapely. She's sculpting. You could tell she work out. When she go to the gym, she go to the gym and sculpt. She's in shape. No stomach. So I don't know. Now, if that was me, I wouldn't want my chick trying to do that. I don't want her throwing herself out, throwing her back out. So, yeah, so it is what it is. See, I got to know a Jared. I don't know no Jareds. I can't. Yeah, I can't think of no white names. So I don't know, bro. Like, I'm sorry if I offended some of them women. That I lost them, but oh well. I'm finna get off the phone, call my chick. We gotta go switch some sizes and something. We gonna probably go to the gym, and I'm just gonna look at her and I'm just gonna smile because her skin all pretty and soft and smooth, and she ain't got no bumps or bruises on it. And I'm gonna say, listen, call me if I ain't here at your place, and you don't, because we need you to say smooth and pretty and shit. And we finna go. We probably gonna stop and get us something to eat. Because you don't want to, when you rubbing on that thigh, you want it to stay smooth. You don't want it to be bruised. Don't touch me. I hit it trying to kick that couch earlier when I told you to let me know when you was going to move, and then the leg on the couch hit me in the thigh, and then I'm trying to rub on that thigh. He did, and I can't rub on that thigh because it's bruised. And then I asked her to hand me something, then her knuckles is, because my chick, she light-skinned, so her bruises all here and shit, all of this black and shit. Cause she trying to get shit through the doorway. Tahid and Call Me Gorgeous and the other lady, Akbar, trying to squeeze shit so now your knuckles is black. You got scars and shit all on you and shit. That's shit to turn a woman on about a man. Ooh, this is a man. He lifting, he's a man. You don't want, you turn around, you roll over and she beat the fuck up. So it is what it is, man. If I hurt your feelings, man, too bad. I'm out. Peace.